What is up, everybody? This is Nick Fiore, Fiorious Nation on YouTube. It is September. It's Friday. Today, it is Friday, September the 2nd of 2022. Yes, it is September right now. Where the hell did the summer go, man? I felt like the summer was just getting started, and now we're already into the fall, man. What the fuck happened to summer, man? I thought it was just, I was just getting to know it, and now summer's almost over. But but we're not here to talk about summer. We're here to talk about something else. As you see in the video, now I know I haven't reviewed anything in like almost 2 months. Work kicking my ass. Working 10 to 6:30, but not really getting out at 6:30, getting out at 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, and just being tired as hell, getting out of fucking work, and just like wanting to just be home and just relax, just exhausted from work. But however, seeing trying to change that, but do miss doing this, and love doing this. And ladies and gentlemen, it is Clash of the Castle week and such, as you see in the video right here, live now. Seeing the title, reviewing SmackDown tonight, which was taped last week from Detroit, Michigan, because WWE's now in Cardiff this week for Clash of the Castle. Tomorrow in Cardiff, Wales, should be a very good show. This very video reviewing SmackDown from tonight, and reviewing SmackDown from tonight, September the 2nd, and also previewing Clash of the Castle tomorrow night in Cardiff, Wales. Ladies and gentlemen, this very good man joining me to review SmackDown from tonight. And this man tonight, very good friend of mine. He's been on my channel. He's been on my channel before. He's no stranger to this channel whatsoever. Very, very good friend of mine. Knows good wrestling like I do. And we're going to review SmackDown tonight. And we're going to preview Clash of the Castle with tomorrow. Which tomorrow night, Clash of Castle should be very good. Expecting some good stuff, returns, good matches, 6 matches on the card. This man and I are going to go over all of that with tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Doherty, what's up, brother?
What's up, Nick?
Oh, man. I know SmackDown was taped tonight. We're going to start with reviewing SmackDown first, though. SmackDown taped tonight. SmackDown tonight was not live at all. It was taped a week ago from Detroit because obviously WWE this week in Cardiff, and I believe that overseas travel from the U.S. to Cardiff is like, I would believe, I don't know how many hours it is flight-wise, but if they were live tonight, they wouldn't be on Cardiff on time tomorrow at all. So that's why last week's SmackDown in Detroit was taped for tonight.
Be a long flight.
Yeah, I can imagine. But despite SmackDown this week being taped and not live for this week, what a damn good show tonight, man. A damn good go-home show for SmackDown tonight. What are your excitement levels? 1 out of 10, scale 1 to 10. What are your excitement levels for Clash of the Castle tomorrow in Cardiff, Wales?
9.5.
9.5. It's a good number. I would have to be in the same boat level with you, Matt. I'm very excited. Very, very excited for Clash of the Castle. Ever since Triple H took over, like towards like close to SummerSlam, like almost towards late July of this year, a while ago. Ever since that time frame he took over, that Triple H took over, and ever since after SummerSlam with the build to Clash of the Castle, this has been all Triple H, and I will say he's done a very good job, and I give him a thumbs up, actually a double thumbs up on the build to Clash of the Castle. That's the Triple H effect.
Yeah, I think he's done a great job.
Man. Yeah, I see people online on Twitter saying, "Oh, what are you talking about? There's no change. Triple H isn't the savior you claim him to be." Like, fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeah. They're just haters.
You know what I learned something this year, Matt? Like, you're never going to make everyone happy. Some people are just going to complain just to complain, just for the sake of it.
Well, pro wrestling fans.
I've seen this on Twitter lately, and it really has been pissing me off. To the point where I'm just like, you know what? Just let them complain.
Well, some pro
That's their
wrestling fans
business.
just hate pro wrestling, so.
Yeah, it's
Makes
like,
no
would
sense.
you rather Vince McMahon in charge and driving this company to the fucking ground, or do you want an actual good product that gives you common sense and that makes you proud to be, and that makes you feel proud to be a fan of professional wrestling? Which, by the way, WWE on Twitter last night tweeted out wrestling. Yes, I kid you not. World Wrestling Entertainment. That's wrestling's in their second name, right? They tweeted out legit last night. I'm not kidding you. WWE last night on Twitter tweeted out wrestling. Change. That's
Finally.
change.
Well, they've been doing the wrestling thing, and they don't really mention sports entertainment anymore, which is dope.
Yeah. So for the people who say, oh, there's no change, oh, stop hopping on the bandwagon, oh, stop being a Triple H cocksucker and dick rider, like, fuck off. Fuck you.
There's haters. There's haters.
Yeah, legit. You're never going to please everybody, unfortunately.
They don't want to be pleased. Those people don't want to be pleased.
Those kinds of people legit want Vince there. Those are the kinds of people. They're the kinds of people that don't want a good product, and they're okay with mediocrity. I don't stand for that. Neither does Matt.
Yeah, I don't.
You think we want to come on and you think we want to complain every single week, and yet you get people, oh, stop complaining. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you don't like what we're saying, go watch somebody else who's going to blatantly lie and not be honest. We complain because we care.
But like, the show has just been so much better over the last month. Why would you want Vince back? Like, come on.
And does WWE really need Vince anymore? No. I even read a report not too long ago. I think it was from Ringside News not long ago. It was a while ago. They said the stocks or conference calls were up, and backstage morale is up, stocks are up, and everyone thought because the stocks all their life they knew Vince, they thought it would take a hit with Vince gone. No. WWE is going to be just fine without Vince McMahon there. They don't need him anymore, and the stocks up and the backstage morale up shows. It shows, and it's only going to get better.
This is his first month, and he already Clash of Castle. I'm so glad
all Triple H.
So glad he took over
first test. He took over right before SummerSlam.
But I feel like that show was kind of already written in a lot of ways.
Yeah, right before Vince retired.
And
SummerSlam was a good show, but still.
I think like the Bailey thing was like his ad at the very end, but I feel like a lot
Damage
of it was
Control being put together. Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai, now Io Sky. I'm loving the group.
I love the group. Apparently, it was pitched
and apparently, I read a report a while ago. It was even reported that this was one of the. I think he's one of the WWE creative writers. I think they may still be there. They came up with this Bailey faction idea this past April, and who shot it down? Adam Carl, I see you in the chat. Guess who shot that idea down? Vince McMahon. And then he released Dakota Kai, only to come back after Vince McMahon retired. So it's these WWE creative writers, there's maybe some gold, and Vince is shooting it right down because it's not his idea.
Well, like I said, he wears
why do you hear the stories of Vince ripping up the Raw script and rewriting the show all by himself? Adam Carl knows.
Well, he used to wear like 5 hats, like too much, man, too much.
And it's like some people are saying, oh, there's no change. Oh, what are you talking about? There's change. I see no change. I see no change at all. Why don't you watch the show? Why don't you actually watch the show? Like, these are the people that don't watch the show or don't care for the product. Either they don't watch the show or they don't know what they're talking about, or they're just trolling just to get attention.
It's got to be trolling, because then they just don't watch. It's a completely different show. Just
watch the show and you'll see it. It's not an overnight change. Don't get me wrong. It's going to take some time, but
you're pretty close.
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Give it 6 months to a year. I guarantee you, Matt, the product will be the best it's been in years, in 2 decades.
I mean, it's not an overnight change, but it's pretty damn close. It's pretty great.
It's much better than what we got with Vince. I'll tell you that.
It's much watched TV every week now.
And yet people want Vince there. Look at the shows we've been Look at the shows we've been getting as of late on Raw and on SmackDown. Even NXT as of the last few weeks has been decent. It's like, thank God Vince McMahon's gone. Thank God he's gone.
True. True.
Anyways, had to get that off my chest because it's been going on for weeks, like ever since Triple H took over and Raw and SmackDown being better as of late. Some people on Twitter still fucking complaining. Like when we see a bad thing, someone on Twitter, oh, but I thought Triple H was the savior. Oh, Triple H in the mud. Oh, Triple H isn't gonna save shit. There's no change. Oh, but I thought you said change. It's still the same shit with Triple H in charge. Like, fuck you. Fuck off.
Haters.
Legit
All right.
haters. You're never going to please everybody at the end of the day. But anyways, we're going to get started. A little fired up with this. So we might as well get started. So let's start with SmackDown with tonight's show. SmackDown, not live, taped from Detroit last week at the Little Caesars Arena from Detroit, Michigan. We get the show starting off with a Viking rules match between the Viking Raiders, who have been booked very well as of late, versus the New Day. And I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, I'm not the biggest New Day fan at all. I'm not. But,
yeah, we know.
But call me crazy. The New Day and Viking Raiders feud as of late, I've actually been liking it. It's been pretty decent. I've been liking what they've been doing, especially with the Viking Raiders. Booking them as a dominant fucking tag team force. I've been loving what they've been doing with them.
I think the Viking Raiders are finally being booked right as heels. First off,
this match was probably their best match ever since coming to the main roster 3 years ago.
That was a cool design too. Not gonna lie.
Yes, I was just gonna get to that next. The way they designed this Viking rules match, it looked like a Viking ship around the ring, and then the LEDs around the sides of the barricade, looking like the ocean water. The presentation looked very, very good. If there's one thing WWE nails every time is their production and presentation.
Yeah,
they always.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I think
the production team is absolutely fucking fantastic. They always nail home run with that every time.
I think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Nick. There you go.
You were gonna say something?
I think the presentation was cool. I actually was happy that they did this on SmackDown. Like they didn't I think like making matches that actually matter on SmackDown's a big deal, like rivalry matches, and then a clean win. I think it was good.
I mean, just building a feud up and making you care. Like they had Xavier Woods taken out with a leg injury, storyline injury. They took Kofi out. They did a Viking funeral, which I thought was was awesome. And then they had Xavier Woods and Kofi coming out serious last week, which looked like Xavier was in the wheelchair injured, but he lured the Viking Raiders right in. Shades are almost like Kevin Nash from WCW when he looked like he was injured in in the wheelchair.
Yeah, and he comes up. Yeah,
I would assume Xavier Woods took notes from Kevin Nash there. Big Sexy. I know Adam Carl in the chat mentioning Kevin Nash and his quads there. Yeah. Speaking of Adam Carl, he says, "Welcome back, bros," and he said, "Mark your calendars for Clash of the Castle, the show where Drew McIntyre beats Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, and Eddie Guerrero's son turns heel on Rey Mysterio." Oh, but Dominic Mysterio is Rey Mysterio's son. Adam Carr would say Dominic is actually the son of Eddie Guerrero.
I don't know if I'm buying into that.
Yeah. Also, he says in the chat, and Vince McMahon, before he retired, compared WWE to ice cream. Kid you not. This was what Vince actually said. I don't know if you read that as well.
Yeah, I saw Triple H today said that he gets to choose the flavors.
Yeah, good. Got some people, oh, but there's no change. You're seeing change. Open your fucking eyes. Then he says Titus O'Neil must be extravagant. Titus must be some extravagant ice cream if Vince McMahon loves them. Yeah, Titus Catering there. Titus O'Neil. Yeah, he his own business, Titus Catering. Yeah, seeing all these ice cream flavors with Vince McMahon. Yeah, he's got to amp up his game, man. He has Dolph Ziggler making his KFC fried chicken. He's the VIP of catering. Him and Bobby Roode. Well, I don't know about Bobby Roode right now, but Dolph Ziggler for sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to this Viking Raiders match. Been liking this feud. It's been decent as of late. Just decent build, making you care. I thought this would be a Clash of the Castle. We got it tonight. Fun
Yeah,
match
me too. I
tonight.
thought so too.
We got this Viking gear all over the ring. We had these shields, also part of the boat. I like this presentation a lot. They delivered on this as far as presentation goes.
Clean win.
New Day makes their entrance. Kofi's dressed in this Thor gear, and Xavier Woods is then dressed like Loki
Yeah,
as well. I thought that was cool.
I think it all ties together.
Yeah,
It makes sense. That's why I
it
want it to
does.
make sense.
It's a Viking rules match. Why would they come out in just their regular New Day gear?
Yeah,
That's the
you
attention.
never know.
I see. This is why Triple H in charge is a good thing. He also knows the attention to detail. He did it with NXT years ago with the black and gold. Just the attention to detail.
It's the little things. It's the little things.
It's the little things that go very big. This is why I'm saying it's not a drastic overnight change. It's the little things, the minor things Triple H is doing right now, and they're coming a big way. This is one of them, and I really appreciate that.
I also think it's because Triple H can just focus. Like he's not like like where Vince wore so many hats. Where Triple H can just focus on creativity. Like he doesn't have to focus on so many different things. Like I
If
think it's
this
a
was
big
Vince
deal.
McMahon running this, he'd probably forget that New Day was not supposed to be in New Day gear.
He wouldn't care.
Thank
Well,
God
this
that
wouldn't
he
have
did.
happened. New Day, this rivalry would just been like whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Vince would not have booked this well at all. He'd probably have the Viking Raiders job in 2 minutes, too. This match got way more than 2 minutes. They gave these two
And it was
teams a very good amount of time. The handcuffs were off. They actually let these guys actually fucking wrestle.
the double table finish.
You had Xavier Woods on the outside of the ring through 2 tables, looked fucking great.
And then it made the Viking Raiders look really, really heely. Clean win.
Yep. And the New Day put the Viking Raiders over clean, and usually the New Day doesn't put anybody over. New Day usually goes over and buries talent as far as tag teams go, but I was very, very shocked. And I know SmackDown last week was taped, and I hate spoilers. And
Yeah, I don't
and
read them.
such. For anyone that knows me, I despise spoilers. I hate this. Is why I don't like taped shows. Reminds me of SmackDown from years ago when it was always taped before they went live in 2016.
Or what they
So
do with Rampage, where everyone always has the spoiler before you watch it. I'm like, bro, that's annoying.
yeah, live shows are much better. Tape shows, it's like you won't miss it. It's like the tape shows they don't sit right with me at all. But we got the New Day putting over the Viking Raiders. It shocked the hell out of me. Like New Day actually put some attacking this stuff the New Day over, and this is where the New Day should be. They're multi-time tag team champions. They're already a made tag team. They should start if they're going to keep them together. This is where they need to be. They need to start putting the up and coming rising tag teams over, like the Viking Raiders, who can be something in this company. I mean, they're Triple H guys, for crying out loud. This was their best match ever since coming to the main roster, the Viking Raiders. And Vince McMahon drove them right in the fucking ground. They even took the new and vicious catchphrase off of the Viking Raiders. That was a Vince McMahon line.
He made them faces. I mean, I don't think they're faces. I think they're
they can be good as faces, but I'm liking their heel work as of late.
I think they're heel. I think they're more better as heel because that's what Vikings are.
Yeah, I mean that's true. But New Day putting Viking Raiders over, this is the role that they should be. New Day doesn't need to go over every single time. One loss to Viking Raiders isn't going to bury or damage the New Day. The New Day's pretty much bulletproof at this point. A win over the Viking Raiders would have done nothing for the New Day.
It also shows you that the Viking Raiders are serious.
And they beat the New Day clean as a whistle tonight. Do you know what this does for the Viking Raiders? It puts so much steam behind them, and it legitimizes them as this is a legit threat tag team that could go after the tag team titles, that could actually be holding those tag team titles. That's what this means. That's what this win over the New Day means. It means this win over the New Day means so much of the right for the Viking Raiders. It really does. And I don't know where the New Day goes from here. I mean, this is the road where they should be starting to put tag teams over and such, in my opinion. But could you see the New Day splitting up after this?
I don't know, but I'm totally
Could you see
down for the
Xavier going
Xavier Woods
solo?
heel
I mean,
run.
Big E's won the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston's won the WWE Championship, obviously. Xavier Woods is the only New Day member that's never won a WWE Championship.
I'm down with the Woods heel run. I'm just saying.
After this Viking Raider stuff, I don't know if it looks like it was the end of their feud tonight. Unless they continue to feud. I don't know what Triple H is going to do, but I trust him. I give him the benefit of the doubt. I give him, and it's like I
I feel
trust him
like
to do the absolute right thing. But if this is the end of their feud, man, and Viking Raiders win this feud with tonight, Xavier Woods solo run, I wouldn't mind it, but there is some negative breaking up Kofi and Woods of the New Day. If you break up Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day, they need tag teams. Why do you think they
that's the
unified the
only thing.
titles like months ago with the Usos and RK Bro? Because
The
they had no
tag team
fucking tag
division's weak.
teams.
Very weak.
Like 3 teams on Raw, 3 teams on SmackDown. You're not gonna tell me that that's a division. It's not. It isn't.
Well, they're now selling. They have Hit Row back. They have.
Yeah, they brought back Hit Row.
Are they trying to make this Max Dupree thing a faction so there is a tag team?
For male models, that shit sucks. I don't know what you think. I don't like that at all. Can we just get Max Dupree back as LA Knight and get him away from Mason Mansoor? It's not working at all.
I think he's kind of just like trying not to like just delete history.
I mean, they got Maxwell Male Models. They got Hit Row, who are back. Glad they're back. You got the Usos. You got the Viking Raiders. You got the New Day. That's 5 teams. Los Lotharios. That's 6. That's 6 teams.
6.
You need more.
Oh yeah.
Like, why not bring back MSK? Bring back Nash Carter. Or call up.
Did you say Chad and Otis at 7?
Weapon.
You say Chad and Otis yet?
Chad Gable and Otis. They're on Raw.
Yeah, I'm saying just all together tag teams.
Yeah, you got, so it's like 6 teams on SmackDown. You got the New Day, Viking Raiders, Usos, Los Lotharios of Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Which, by the way, Angel got his Angel Garza name back. Good.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you got Los Lotharios, you got Maximum Male Models, you got Hit Row, you got Usos, New Day, and Viking Raiders. It's 6 teams on SmackDown. Raw. You got Chad Gable and Otis of the Alpha Academy. You got the Street Profits as well for Monday Night Raw. That's legit 2 tag teams. You got the Mysterios, but it looks like Dominic's going to turn on Rey Mysterio. You got the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and Damian Priest. You could probably add them as a tag team.
I think they're going to.
That's 3 teams.
Selling them as a tag team.
That's 3 tag teams.
You think they're selling Damian Priest and Finn Balor as a tag team though?
Maybe, or maybe they do Dominic and Damian Priest with Finn Balor as the leader. If Dominic turns on Rey tomorrow, who knows? But maybe I could see that. They should
have Dom turn tomorrow.
He's been teasing it as of late on Monday Night Raw.
He's
not wrestling against the Judgment Day tomorrow. He's in Edge's and Rey Mysterio's corner tomorrow.
And he said, and then he brought back up like, "Oh, you're going to choose Edge again?" And he's like,
"Yeah." This past Monday Night Raw had a little backstage thing, Dominic and Rey. So
don't worry,
teasing Dominic Mysterio's heel turn. I could see it tomorrow. I could see it, but it's like 3 tag teams on Raw and 6 tag teams on SmackDown. That's not a division.
No.
Like, I honestly think, I mean, if you're going to bring back a lot of people and bolster the tag divisions on Raw and on SmackDown, then yeah, 2 sets of tag titles, 1 on Raw, 1 on SmackDown. Or how about this? You merge the tag team titles, have 1 set of tag team titles. Like, there's 1 set of women's tag team titles on the main roster. Why not 1 set of men's tag team titles on Raw and SmackDown too, and have the men's tag team champions on the main roster float only between both shows?
That's what I'm fine with. I mean, I find that
Raquel Rodriguez now, they get to Smiley Raquel,
yeah,
and Aaliyah, who sucks. If they can float between Raw and SmackDown, and they're from SmackDown, they can float between both shows because they're now the women's tag team champions. So can the Usos.
Do you think they changed the Rodriguez to Gonzalez again?
I hope they change her back to Raquel Gonzalez. And get her back her NXT theme song when she was paired with Dakota Kai. Her current theme song is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like, they got Def Rebel writing WWE music. It fucking sucks. It sucks.
I mean, like back to the belts. I think you just just how the Usos have it. Just keep it like that. Just have the
Or do you
belt.
think they
Just
changed the tag title designs because the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles look like fruit roll-up titles?
well, they have that that Spartan, but they're in silver, so it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I think
But
the
yeah.
old world tag teams look cool. I think you should just have those in. But
Yeah. So, anyways, we got Viking Raiders going over, rightfully so. They hit the Ragnarok, the double power bomb through 2 tables to Xavier. They pin Xavier. Falls kind of anywhere this match. Ivar pins Woods for the win. Viking Raiders go over, and a very good Viking rules match to open SmackDown.
Yep.
We then go backstage with Sami Zayn. He's all dressed up. He has his hair in a bun, which I thought looked almost very Daniel Bryan-esque. That looked cool. You got the Usos walking in, and Jay doesn't give Sammy the time of day. Jimmy is happy to see him. Sammy's all excited for Roman Reigns' celebration tonight. Jay then notes that Paul Heyman should be here for this as well. Jay then asks Sammy how he can plan a party but not help him against his boy Kevin Owens this past Monday on Raw. There's the tease with Owens and Zayn against the Usos. It's coming.
Which needs to happen.
I know Kevin Owens on Raw. Maybe they get Sammy on Raw, Owens on SmackDown. I don't know how they're going to do it either way. They're going to have to do one of those.
Maybe they unify the belts and keep it like that.
Yeah. Sammy then says he doesn't have a good answer. Jay then storms off. Sammy then asks Jimmy to tell Jay he's doing his best. I love Sami Zayn, man. He's fantastic. Love him as heel, but his face turn is coming.
Makes everything work.
Yeah, you give Sami Zayn anything, he's gonna make it look gold. Legitimately.
I think the Jay and him dynamic is pretty funny.
Yeah. Jimmy then gives Zayn yeet and then walks away. Sammy then lets out a sad yeet as he is left in the locker room all alone. So that was the end of that segment. Thoughts on this whole Usos and Sami Zayn stuff?
Hilarious. And Jimmy Uso being like the protector of Sammy is pretty great. And then Sammy like trying to act like the Usos, but like in a very corny way. In a very corny way is very funny. Jey Uso being like, since he's the right hand man, not taking him seriously, and then getting kind of mad at Roman for taking him, like letting him be a part of the whole thing. I think it's great. I think it's great writing. I think the Jey Uso against Kevin Owens was genius, and then you have the chair situation. I think the storyline's coming together where, they're one day going to jump Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens going to come out to save him.
When do you think they plan to do this Owens and Zayn versus Usos match? I don't think we're getting it tomorrow at Clash at all. I think it's going to be after Clash, whether it's a Survivor Series or Extreme Rules in Philadelphia in October, which, by the way, WrestleMania 40 in 2024 is going to be in Philly, by the way.
I think they're going to have that if Roman loses in some way, they're going to blame it on Sami Zayn.
Yeah, because I think Drew's going to beat Roman tomorrow, and Roman's going to use Sammy as the scapegoat. He's going to put the blame on Sammy, and he's going to kick him out of the bloodline. Owens told Sammy a while ago, why are you with the bloodline? They don't care about you. You can't trust them. So, I mean, I'm liking what they're doing with the story, man. I do. Uh-oh.
We're fine.
Oh, there we go. You froze up a little bit. There you're back. But yeah. They're gonna. I think with Drew beating, I do think Drew is beating Roman tomorrow, and I think Roman's gonna use Sammy as the scapegoat, and he's gonna blame Sammy and kick him out of the bloodline. And Owens told Sammy a while ago, like, why are you trusting the bloodline? You can't trust them. They don't care about you.
Unless Drew beats Roman because Bray Wyatt screws Roman.
You think Bray comes back? Bunch of
think he
rumors
could.
he is coming. He's gonna come back very soon. He's as good as back.
My question is with in Wales, how do you hide him? Like,
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a while though later in this video. But Usos and Sami Zayn with his bloodline. At first, it was very corny and cheesy, but it's been growing on me, and I'm loving
it's
what
been
he's
growing
doing.
on me. That's what I'm saying. It's been growing on me, low and
It
slow.
was cringe and very cheesy and corny in the beginning. It was coming out of WrestleMania this past April in Dallas, but the more they kept on doing it, it's grown on me a lot as of late, man. You give Sami Zayn anything, he's gonna turn something from chicken shit into legit chicken salad. That's how good Sami Zayn is.
One of the best, man. He's really is
It's the
great.
same thing with Kevin Owens. You could give him shit to work with, he's gonna make it look like $1 million.
Look what he did with the Ezekiel thing.
Yeah, he actually made it tolerable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, until the last few weeks, but in the beginning, he made it very tolerable.
Well, Elrod's coming.
Elrod. Nah, fuck Elrod. Anyways, moving on. So we get that segment with Usos and Sami. We then move on to the in-ring debut / return on SmackDown of Karrion Kross.
Drew Gulak beat up
Karrion
doll.
Kross wrestles Drew Gulak. Yes, he's still employed.
That's what I was saying. I was like, damn, this guy's just a beat up doll.
Yeah. What do you think of the presentation of Karrion Kross and Scarlett, man, that we saw tonight? If you had to rate it at between a 1 and a 10, how would you rate?
8?
I know what you're about to say, man.
An 8?
I thought you were going more than that.
8, 9, 10, one of those. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's perfect.
This is the presentation he should have gotten last year on Monday Night Raw, and Vince McMahon took Scarlett away from him. They put him in a demolition helmet. They put him in suspenders and put a skirt or kilt on him.
Which is crazy. They're perfect.
Vince did not know what to do with this guy. He Vince threw gold out for no reason. And now look what we're seeing. This is what Kross should have been a year ago on Raw.
He's not his guy.
The Scarlett the part with the Karrion Kross act Kross with no Scarlett. Kross is nothing with no Scarlett. You have Scarlett with Karrion Kross. That's the whole package. Is just like words can't describe. Like just the package of Scarlett and Kross coming such a fucking long way.
Said yeah.
You do realize
Kross with hair is cool.
Would not be back at all. Vince was still there. I'm so glad Karrion Kross and Scarlett are back together and they're on SmackDown. And it's like the presentation, it gave me that black and gold NXT vibe when they were down there.
I like the hair. Saying.
Yeah. I actually, believe it or not, the hair and Kross is growing on me.
I think it's great. I think it looks better. I think it's
he was bald last year, but I'm actually liking him better with the hair than with no hair.
I think it shows like his development. Like it just shows,
he looks like with the Karrion Kross with the hair. Legitimately makes him look like a psycho asylum killer. Like if you need someone to go after, like a hit, like if someone's a hit guy, you need someone to go after that guy. Karrion Kross is your guy to go to, and he takes him out.
That's what I'm saying. He looks like an assassin.
He looks like a killer.
That's what he should be, because that's his whole thing.
This is what he should have been on Raw last year, but they had him lose to Jeff Hardy in 90 seconds last year. When he was NXT champion and undefeated.
Yeah, he was undefeated. Yeah, what?
He lost. It was the match. I heard the match was supposed to be 12 minutes, but they bumped it down to 90 seconds with a roll-up by Jeff Hardy.
Why they need to make time for the 24 title?
Yeah. But this presentation, man, it's like night and day comparing last year and this year, like night and fucking day, Matt. Night and day. This presentation was awesome. Reminded me a lot of NXT Karrion Kross.
Phenomenal.
Just the entrance is like one of the best entrances like in a long time since NXT entrance of Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
When he debuted in
I
NXT
love
in 2016 at TakeOver Dallas against Sami Zayn.
I love
remember
the
that
black
very,
and
very
white.
well.
The black and white's dope.
Yeah. And just like Scarlet thing in the scene theme song, the end is here, and the smoke, the black and white, and then back then to like when crossing the ring doing this with the red lighting going off. Presentation is just so good with Cross and Scarlet. So good.
They really took Scarlet away from him. That's so crazy.
Last year. How do you it's like you're Vince McMahon. How do you see nothing in Karrion Kross, and how do you take Scarlet away from this man? How?
People call him boring.
You have to be this fucking demented to think like that.
I also think like his, the beatdown and everything was perfect. He did the classic hold the submission.
Yeah. It's like some people, and I know some people like, oh, Karrion Kross is boring. He does nothing for me. He's boring in the ring.
They're boring.
Do you realize this man is a good storyteller? Just his facial expressions, the way he comes off is great. And in the ring, he's not even bad at all. He's not the worst wrestler at all whatsoever.
He's so creative, him and Scarlet. I think.
And he's like, he knows what's best. He knows what's best for business. Like Triple H, he has a good mind mentality. He's smart.
How long was that match? Like 60 seconds?
I think maybe shorter than that, but this was a squash. We had Gulak. We had crossovering Drew Gulak a handshake. Then Gulak was going for forearms, and Kross like, come on, hit me. Then gave Karrion Kross a couple of chops. Then he punched Karrion Kross some more, ran the ropes. He ran right into a Karrion Kross big boot. Karrion Kross clotheslines Drew Gulak in the corner. Kross then hits the Saito suplex on Gulak before going in for the kill with the Kross jacket, and Drew Gulak taps out almost immediately. Karrion Kross squashes Drew Gulak, and I thought was a very good presentation for Karrion Kross with his in-ring debut on or return with Karrion Kross wrestled on SmackDown tonight. We then had Drew Gulak tied to the ropes on the outside apron.
Perfect visual.
With Kross like staring down at Gulak, and then Scarlet as well. The seductive Scarlet. And can I say Scarlet is hot? One of the most beautiful women.
That's his wife, right?
Yeah, that's Karrion Kross's wife.
In real life, right?
Yeah, it is.
Good for him.
But I love this visual, man. Loved it. Now he did hear Karrion Kross is not going to be at Clash tomorrow, but if Drew beats Roman, could you see Drew and Kross feuding over one of the world titles coming at a Clash tomorrow?
I don't know. It seems like they've been building it to be Drew and Kross.
And do you see Kross taking the title off of Drew in the future?
Nope.
I mean, Kross taking the title off Drew.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I mean, maybe in months from now, but
I mean, actually, like I could see them having him win it.
I mean, Triple H built him up like a monster in NXT, and Kross was undefeated in NXT as NXT champion. Like the guys he won through: Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Pete Dunne, Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, baby. And Gargano was Johnny Gargano.
How long do you have Drew hold it? Like that's the thing. If he wins, 6 months.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Kross does beat Drew for one of the world titles, but I do see them feuding coming out of Clash over one of the world titles. I think that's the next, right? Because they have to get one of the world titles back on Raw. I don't know how, but I'm hearing rumors they're gonna try to.
That Money in the Bank.
Lost in Theory. Maybe cashes in, takes one of the world. Maybe takes just the WWE title back to Raw, and we get a Raw WWE title program maybe between Austin Theory and the man who just came back, Johnny Gargano. I'd like that.
I feel like it's tricky, but I trust Triple H to figure it out.
Yeah, because Raw needs a world title, and then SmackDown needs a world title as well. And
with all these returns, Raw should be chasing
as of late with Triple H ever since he took over in WWE. Like, Raw's going to have their own world title and SmackDown having their own world title. It's going to have to be. And the plan was always for WWE to have 2 world titles. They were never going to unify those world titles coming out of WrestleMania.
No. I mean, I think if you just had
it was
the
reported that was never their plans to unify both world titles and have 1 world title.
I just think you just had the Roman run and you just made it perfect. So,
yeah. Just have Drew win one of the world titles and maybe have Austin Theory. I could probably see him cashing in tomorrow. Maybe they do that.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, unless Theory's going to be feuding with Gargano. I don't mind that at all.
I think they might have Johnny steal the Money in the Bank from
him. We'll see, man. But we got to the next segment with Ronda Rousey. Apparently her suspension is lifted. She says that she has a letter from WWE management. She says she wants Adam Pearce to come to the ring and read it. Adam Pearce, and I know Adam Carl in the chat, he dislikes Adam Pearce, the geek. I know he's watching. But we get Adam Pearce walking down to the ring and he says none of this is personal and he was just doing his job. Rousey then says she expects that response from him. That was funny. Rousey then forces Pearce to read the letter, and it states their suspension is over and she is on probation. Her actions weren't ideal, but they were not criminal in any way. Rousey then rubs in the fact that she won here.
It's pretty criminal.
Ronda.
I think it's pretty criminal, though.
I love a good heel on Ronda. Adam Pearce then says that this is ridiculous. If it was up to him, he would have fired her. Fired Ronda Rousey, a legit MMA fighter. No. I don't think that's a good idea, Mr. Adam Pearce.
I mean, Adam Pearce does cut the promo of his life, though.
Yeah, he cut Adam Pearce, as much as he's cringe sometimes, he did cut a very good promo. Probably his best promo since being promoted to the main roster.
Cringe. He's terrible sometimes.
Yeah. But he actually but I'm not going to lie, he cut a very good promo tonight, and I have to give her credits too. Pierce goes on this rant about being underappreciated. He goes on to say that people call her the baddest woman on the planet. To him, she is the biggest bitch on the planet. Yeah. Mr. Pierce, I don't know what you're thinking, bro, but ain't looking good. Saying stuff about Ronda. But we then get Pierce.
He was upset,
apologizing, and says that was the stress talking. And Ronda didn't buy any of that. Too late, and Ronda hits a Uranagi suplex before trapping Pierce in the Rousey armbar. Yeah, I love the segment. Good segment tonight. I'll just fly. Get out of here. Anyways, thoughts on the segment, man?
I think the whole Ronda delay while you have Shayna Baszler or Liz has been great. I thought you made Ronda look good, really good as a heel. I thought you made Adam Pearce look good as him being able to cut that promo. Ronda being able to beat Adam Pearce up. I think everyone wins.
This heel Ronda is so much better than the smiley babyface Ronda.
That's not her.
The smiley babyface Ronda, absolutely not. She's a legit MMA fighter that would legit beat your ass in a real life fight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, unless your name is like Holly Holm or Amanda Nunes, you're like in a real one of these people. Come on.
Yeah. Why having her go out there and smiling and shaking kids' hands and why?
Stupid. Heel Ronda is great. She kind of makes it seem like it's a little real.
Yeah.
I mean, even though I do think some of her actions were criminal, but whatever.
Yeah. This heel Ronda's been so much better. So much better. Do you think we see her tomorrow at Clash and have her cost Liv Morgan the SmackDown Women's title? She's fighting Shayna Baszler tomorrow for the SmackDown Women's title as Liv Morgan.
Maybe.
I mean, I'd love for her to cost Liv Morgan the title and have Shayna win it, because Shayna and Ronda are best friends in real life.
Yeah. I kind of am down with Shayna winning the belt, But do you
Yes,
want
you
Liv
should.
Morgan's run to be this short?
We'll go over that in a little bit, but this segment, man, another good segment, man. Awesome segment. Adam Pearce did his thing well. Ronda Rousey been doing very well with this heel role. All we need now is Paul Heyman as a mouthpiece for Ronda Rousey, and Rousey's all set.
Yeah.
I'd honestly pair her with Paul Heyman. I would honestly pair Ronda Rousey with Paul Heyman. You pair Ronda with Heyman, it's gold. It gets Ronda from here to here. I kid you not. They have to. I'm hoping they pair Ronda with Heyman. I do.
That'd be his first girl, right?
I think so. Yeah, she would be the first ever Paul Heyman girl.
I'm a Paul Heyman girl. That's a good one.
Yeah, Heyman's never managed a female wrestler ever, and you pair Ronda with Heyman, she'd be the first ever Paul Heyman girl, and Heyman would get Ronda to like Roman Reigns' current level within no time at all.
You're just gonna take him away from Roman,
look what he's done for Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. And head of the table, look what he's done. He can do the same thing for Ronda. I'm hoping that's in their plans. I'm hoping that's in Triple H's plans, but we're gonna see what happens. But good segment here with Adam Pearce and Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey and her suspension lifted. She's no longer suspended. And it's interesting to see where the SmackDown Women's title match goes as far as tomorrow's concerned. So we'll see what happens on that. We then move on to Hit Row and Maximum Male Models. I didn't care.
I don't care.
I'm sorry. I don't care. Hit Row. I mean, I don't want to call them shit row, but I know Isaiah Swerve Scott is in AEW, and I know he can't go back to WWE now because obviously he's currently in AEW. But I wish they'd have someone in like a Swerve leader position of Hit Row.
I feel like it's just like,
in my opinion, that's just my opinion.
Like, I don't think
they're like shitting on Hit Row. I'm not, but I feel like they need something.
I don't think they're completely shit, but
no, not at all.
But like, I feel like it's just another tag team, and like, I feel like this rivalry is more of a like you kind of want to see Max and Prey come out more than anything.
Yeah, like Hit Row's just there. They need something, some kind of direction, like a leader, like a Swerve Scott like leader. You know, there's current NXT North American champion Carmelo Hayes. As soon as he drops the NXT North American title, put him on SmackDown and have him be the new leader, and have Carmelo Hayes be the new leader of Hit Row.
Not a bad idea.
You could still have Trick Williams with him, but have him be a manager. You can have B-Fab as the valet, Trick Williams as the manager. You have Ashante the Adonis and Top Dollar go after the tag titles, and then Carmelo Hayes, obviously the North American. Obviously, the IC title and the Universal title on SmackDown for Carmelo Hayes. I think they should call up Carmelo Hayes to SmackDown and put him with Hit Row. Have him be the leader of Hit Row.
That would be the three, so it makes sense.
I think that would honestly be the best thing for Hit Row at this point, because right now they need something.
I guess they're just gonna push this rivalry with the Max models, whatever it is, but I feel like they're just stalling.
Yeah, hopefully they call up Carmelo Hayes to SmackDown and put him with Hit Row. I know he's the current NXT North American champion still. I know he's wrestling Ricochet this Sunday at Worlds Collide. I don't think he's losing to Ricochet, but I think after Worlds Collide this Sunday on Peacock, I think after that he's gonna drop that North American title, then get called up. I'm hoping that's what they do, but I hope Triple H knows what he's doing, but I do trust Triple H to do the right thing. I trust him. So we'll see where this goes, but I'm sure Triple H has a good plan for Hit Row to finally get them off the ground soon. So I trust Triple H. I'm sure he's thinking Hit Row needs a leader, and Triple H is not stupid. Hit Row was a Triple H act with the NXT Black and Gold before they changed to 2.0 and the Nickelodeon bullshit and that stuff and the bright colors. Totally
Terrible.
unnecessary. Yeah, NXT 2.0 fucking sucks.
Terrible.
They need to change back to black and gold like ways. Even if it's like a hybrid of 2.0 and black and gold, something.
I don't really watch it. It's terrible.
Yeah, like Lash Legend, terrible. Quincy Elliott, Super Diva, like Viscera 2.0, garbage. And he hasn't even debuted yet. He literally looks like Viscera. Mabel / Big Daddy V. Remember him?
Yeah.
He was terrible. One of the worst wrestlers ever outside of the Great Khali.
He went to King of the Ring once.
Ugh. Back in 1995. Remember him versus Diesel?
Yeah.
That WWE title match they had, it was so good. So much so that crowd was legitimately library silence. That's how bad it was. So bad. Yeah, I don't want to remind you of that. That was nightmarish. I haven't watched it yet, but I don't want to. Because I'm sure it's fucking bad. It was fucking... because I'm sure it was fucking terrible.
It's good not rewatch.
Yeah, probably still on Peacock. Or as Pat McAfee would call it, the cock.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, Hit Row and Maximum Male Models. This is probably the one thing I didn't care for. I didn't care for this. Hit Row wins. They hit the heavy hitter for the win. We then get, after the match, Los Lotharios and Maximum Male Models attacking Hit Row. The Street Profits from Raw hit the ring to make the save. I don't care. I think it's all going to lead to a big 8-man tag. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah, sure.
Moving on. We then go backstage with Happy Corbin. He says he's going to issue an open challenge to try to stop his losing streak he's been having as of late. Shinsuke Nakamura then answers the challenge. We got Nakamura versus Corbin. I know we've got this a bunch of times last year, but I think it's been a while since we've seen this. But, rematches. Rematches under the Triple H era. We got a lot of rematches under Vince, like rinse and repeat. Triple H, not really.
I think he wants to give you that feel where you watch a match. You're like, I didn't know I wanted to watch
so many times over Corbin's crown last year. That was not good. Despite that, a lot of that last year. But yes, this is a rematch. We've seen Corbin versus Nakamura before, but at least Triple H is not giving you rinse and repeat. It's been a while since we've seen Corbin and Nakamura, and Nakamura's been booked decently as of late. This guy just fought Gunther a few weeks ago for the Intercontinental title in the main event of SmackDown in a damn good fucking IC title match against Gunther.
I think Triple H trying to make these matches matter, so all these rematches wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a rematch, at least have it make sense.
And Vince's rematches like Seth and Ezekiel.
Nakamura just lost to Gunther and needed a win here.
And then you like the next scene where they have Baron Corbin. Happy Corbin, wherever he is.
Even Triple H knows the Happy Corbin gimmick sucks. That's why they've been having Corbin lose as of late.
Well, then you saw that scene where JBL pulls up.
Yeah, that too. We'll get that in a little bit. And Nakamura, Triple H guy, big Triple H guy, goes over a big Vince McMahon guy and Baron Corbin. That's a statement. And Nakamura goes over clean with the Kinshasa. We got Corbin trying to go for the end of days, but Nakamura flips out of it. We got Nakamura hitting the Kinshasa for the clean win on Corbin. Statement. Clean win over Baron Corbin, who's a Vince McMahon guy. And then we get Baron Corbin. Go ahead.
I like Corbin, though. I'm not a hater on Corbin.
Yeah, Corbin's he's a cool wrestler. He has some cool moves like a deep six at the end of days. He's just that the Happy gimmick sucks.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I think he should just be a regular heel.
And then we get JBL appearing tonight for some odd reason. Maybe they pair JBL with Corbin. Maybe they give Corbin a millionaire, billionaire gimmick or something. I'd like to see Baron Corbin back as the lone wolf, but do they have JBL as a manager for Baron Corbin?
Maybe they have like a millionaires club type of thing.
I don't know. Could this work if like JBL I mean, good wrestler when he was WWE champion in 2004. That his long title reign on SmackDown in 04.
A year long or something.
Yeah, he beat Eddie Guerrero for the title at the 04 Great American Bash. He beat guys like Undertaker, Big Show, Booker T, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero. Then he lost to the John Cena at WrestleMania 21 in 2005.
All because Triple H didn't want to work Tuesdays.
Yeah, I remember that line from One Night Stand 2005 in Hammerstein Ballroom. I forgot who said it. It was JBL was at that show. Paul Heyman. Yeah, Paul Heyman. I remember that line very well, and it's on YouTube too. So hilarious line, fantastic line. Yeah, because Triple H in 05 was on Raw as the World Heavyweight Champion, losing that title to Batista at WrestleMania 21, the World Heavyweight title. Those are good times.
Good times.
You had Eddie and Ray feuding in 05 over the custody of Dominic. You had Edge's Mr. Money in the Bank with Lita and feuding with Kane briefly and Matt Hardy.
I just think I think the happy Corbin, if you just change him with JBL in a way, could work. I'm interested.
Just get him out of this happy gimmick.
I'm definitely interested.
I mean, do they make him a rich gimmick? I mean, I give it a shot, and I trust Triple H. If anyone can make it work, it's Triple H. So I think if that's what they're going, I'll give it a shot. Similar to like the $1 Million Man back in the day with, I think, Virgil and Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s. You had $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase Sr., you had Andre the Giant, and you had Virgil. Maybe this is what they're going with. Or maybe if they have JBL manage Baron Corbin, what if you add this, and this is just a thought, an idea. Cameron Grimes is ready for the main roster. How about you put him on SmackDown as a heel? You pair him with Baron Corbin and JBL manage them in the tag team division. Similar to $1 Million Man with Andre the Giant and Virgil.
Make
and
another
Cameron
tag.
Grimes, he has that money theme song in his current theme song down in NXT, Cameron Grimes. Where he does the To the Moon thing and
then you can make another tag.
Yeah, after all, he did have a storyline with the $1 Million Man with LA Knight last year, did Cameron Grimes in NXT.
And then, you're more developing the tag teams. I mean, it could work.
I don't know. And they need tag teams. Why not? I mean, I don't know. That's just a thought, an idea. Let me know what you guys think on that. I mean, I don't know if it could work, but I don't know. It's just a random thought. So,
yeah,
just a random thought. But we'll see where this goes, and we'll have to see what happens. I mean, I don't know what to think of it, but I'll give it a shot. If anyone can make it work, it's Triple H. We then get this video package of highlighting Roman Reigns' run as undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion, the guys he's beaten, Jey Uso, Daniel Bryan, Edge, Braun Strowman, who's actually back and he's going to be on Raw this Monday. I know Adam Carl, I know he's watching Braun Strowman, the Strowman Express. Yeah, the choo-choo train sound effects of Braun Strowman is unfortunately back on Monday, on Raw this Monday. Great.
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Vince drove him into the fucking ground. Didn't know, he had a very small ceiling, but I don't know. Maybe Triple H will book him right. Who knows? But we'll see this coming Monday on Raw after Clash. But this Roman Reigns video package was so good, highlighting his reign as Universal Champ, undisputed Universal Champ. Guys, he's beaten Jey Uso, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan, Edge, Cesaro, Rey Mysterio, Edge, Bryan, Cena, Lesnar, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, other guys, Matt Riddle as well.
Great match.
Fantastic run it's been for Roman. I think he's losing tomorrow. I could be wrong, but if this is his last day as Universal Champ, what a damn good fucking what a way to go out. Legitimately.
All the time. I had fun the whole time.
Pat McAfee, I even watched SmackDown tonight. I think Pat McAfee even said during with Roman Reigns tonight, a title reign that you'll never see again.
No.
He could. Pat McAfee could be very right.
Well, he's in the top 5 now of title reigns, isn't it?
Yeah.
Days
Legitimately,
having
this
the title.
was. I enjoyed this video package with highlighting Roman Reigns. We then get Butch. Yes, Pete Dunne. I hope they change him back.
Dressed like Pete Dunne. Dressed like Pete Dunne, though.
Yes, the Pete Dunne bruiserweight singlet, the wrestling, the in-ring style wrestle like Pete Dunne, as well like bending the fingers, vintage Pete Dunne.
I think it was a great match.
He wrestled. He in his corner with Sheamus and Rich Holland. He wrestled Pete Dunne. I'm not calling him Butch. He wrestled Ludwig Kaiser with Gunther at ringside. Yes, Ludwig Kaiser role. I hope they change it back to Marcel Bartel too. I hope. Man can dream.
You see that? He said Walter in that interview earlier.
Oh man, imagine they change Gunther back to Walter, man. Imagine Vince seeing this, and remember the Vince video years ago? Take me to him. Take him to the son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Can imagine Vince feeling that way, like, oh, my heartstrings.
Well, they do that one where he's on ECW where he has him thinking all the whole time, and they always have like Vince watching at home. He's like,
the Vince has no memory of that. No, like he has the fading picture.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Vince. I hope. Fuck Vince. Thank God he's gone. I'm hoping that the singlet now with the Pete Dunne singlet back. I hope this is a sign of things to come. Please axe the Butch name. Bring back Pete Dunne. I hope this is what this is leading to.
I hope it is. I think it's slow.
Fuck this Butch name. Like him in the Paperboy outfit and almost acting like going after beating up on people, almost like what Scrappy do. Let me at him, Scoob. Shout out to JD, by the way. JD from NY206. Shout out to him, by the way. Good guy. It's like mentioning about Butch. It's almost like Scrappy do. Let me at him, Scoob. Like this was never Pete Dunne. He was this ass kicker bruiserweight who didn't give a fuck. He'd break your fingers, break your spirit, and the body's broken. He held the NXT UK title for a very, very long time, for 2 years.
I mean, I feel like Triple H was trying to make, is making slow adjustments toward that, where he had him, I was kind of shocked he came out with the long hair and the singlet.
He wrestled and looked a lot like Pete Dunne tonight. I'm hoping this is a sign for big things to come for Pete Dunne. I hope so. Now, I don't think Sheamus is beating Gunther tomorrow. I think after tomorrow we're going to get Gunther and Pete Dunne feuding after Clash, and maybe then we'll see Butch back as Pete Dunne.
I think they might, hear me out, I think they might have Gunther squash Sheamus.
Yeah. And also, axe Butch and bring back Pete Dunne. Also bring back Pete Dunne's theme song as well. Not the one he had by Def Rebel. His CFO's one.
I just don't like that one. Comes out to Sheamus's song. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah. Give him back his CFO's theme. I mean, Johnny Gargano came back Raw a few weeks ago, came out to Rebel Heart by CFOs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like some people oh, it's a CFOs thing. No, it's not. You can't have half of the people have no CFOs and the other half people have CFOs. It doesn't work that way.
I think why not? If we're getting rid of all the stupid stuff Vince made, why not?
I mean, hell, Triple H even got rid of the name change edict, like how Matt Riddle was Riddle. Now he's back as Matt Riddle.
Austin Theory's back.
Yep. I expect Tommaso Ciampa to be back. Anyway. Seth freaking Rollins is now back to Seth Rollins.
It's so stupid.
Now, you hear the commentary on Raw every week. Seth freaking Rollins. Oh, look at Seth freaking Rollins. I hearing that every week, rolling my eyes, almost wanting to put the TV on mute because the commentary on Raw said that every single line when Vince was there.
Seth freaking Rollins?
Right in their ear.
You know Seth freaking Rollins?
You
Seth
mean
freaking
Seth
Rollins.
Rollins? Seth freaking Rollins, who?
Seth freaking Rollins, man. He's like
Oh,
hanging out with Butch and Raquel Rodriguez.
you mean the Smiley Raquel?
Riddle, and come on.
Anyways, we get Butch versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Hell of a match.
We got Butch lunging at Kaiser and almost locked him in the Kimura. Referee then pulls Butch away. Kaiser then lands a thunderous throat chop, which looked nasty. We then get Kaiser mocking Butch and standing on his hair and posing. Butch then lands a lariat that looked nasty. We then get Butch bending how I mentioned Pete Dunne bending the fingers. Butch bend Kaiser's fingers. I still cringe every time he bends the fingers.
I think they're gonna
I
break.
would not want to be Pete. If I'm like wrestling Pete Dunne there, I would not want to be Pete Dunne's opponent.
It hurts.
It's like watching that and how he just manipulates the fingers, man. I still cringe every time.
I always think they're gonna break. I'm like, oh, here we go.
We then get Butch stumping on Kaiser's elbow. Kaiser then tries a diving European uppercut off the second rope, but Butch catches him with a stiff right hand in midair. That right arm, forearm signature move of Pete Dunne. The right arm, forearm smash before he sets up for the bitter end. His finisher, the pump handle flatliner. Very cool finisher, the bitter end. One of my favorite moves. We get Butch. We get Kaiser hitting a modified Regal Plex, which was nice. Shades of William Regal. Near fall.
Mm-hmm.
Butch then backflips out of another suplex and lands a devastating kick to the head, a roundhouse kick. Nasty roundhouse kick. Signature Pete Dunne. Another near fall. Kaiser then sets up his ripcord DDT, but Butch grabbed Kaiser's fingers and snaps them again before hitting the bitter end, and that was it. And Butch defeats Ludwig Kaiser. Thoughts on this whole match? Hard hitting or what?
Great match.
Physical?
Great physical. Sold the second guy great. I think it sold the rivalry great. Everything. I loved it.
And Marcel Bartel's very underrated too. Very underrated. Fabian Eichner is very good at what he does. I think Fabian Eichner doesn't get enough credit that he deserves.
It's like Ludwig or some shit like that now.
Ludwig Kaiser now. The former Marcel Bartel. He's very good as well.
I think he's great. I mean, I think
for a German guy.
Yeah, I think he sells, Gunther great. On the mic, I think he's great in the mic. I think honestly, I didn't know how good he really was in the ring, but he's really good.
Yes, he really hung in there very well with a guy like Pete Dunne. If you can have a good match with Pete Dunne, you can hang in there with almost anybody.
I actually thought for a second he might win.
Yeah, but Pete Dunne wins, and this was a good match. Ludwig looked good in defeat. I'm happy they brought back Pete Dunne's ring gear. Fuck the schoolboy. Fuck the newspaper boy outfit.
You don't like it?
I'm hoping that dies 1,000 fucking deaths. That was a Vince thing too.
You don't like the schoolboy look?
That was a Vince McMahonism. Triple H is draining the pool on that. But anyways, we good match here. I'm expecting Pete Dunne to be back and challenging Gunther after Clash. Should be very good. I'm hoping that's where they're going.
Yeah, I think Sheamus should lose that.
Yeah, Sheamus and Gunther should be a banger, and I know Sheamus banger after banger after banger line last week on SmackDown, which was cool. Staring at with Gunther last week was fantastic. How they stared down and Butch and Ludwig and Ridge Holland were going
fighting.
at it, and Sheamus and Gunther were not faced a bit last week in their segment.
I thought that was smart.
Yeah. So Sheamus and Gunther should be a banger, no pun intended, tomorrow at Clash, but I don't think Sheamus is winning. I don't.
He should.
He'll look good, but Gunther mentioned he'd break Sheamus' spirit. Maybe you're right. Maybe they do have Sheamus get squashed, but I think they're going to have a evenly physical match, and then I think we'll get the return of Pete Dunne after Clash. I don't think Gunther's losing. I think he's holding the IC title for a very long time, in my opinion.
I think they really want Bobby Lashley versus Gunther at Survivor Series. So,
And a Raw vs. SmackDown match. If they do that format at the Survivor Series this November.
Yeah.
I mean, Lashley versus Gunther, sign me up. I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
the way Lashley's been booked and has been so over on Raws of late, and the way Gunther's been presented, I don't hate that idea at all. I don't. I'm all for that. And a match that's fresh, never seen before. I mean, sign me the fuck up.
I think it's the way to go.
Yeah, have Gunther Lashley look good in defeat, but Gunther goes over Lashley at Survivor Series. Boom. Have him like hit the chop and the power bomb. Boom. So I'd do it.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think
so. Then we go backstage with So then we go backstage with Sami Zayn. He asked where Roman Reigns was, so they could go all out to the ring together. Then Sami Zayn's hosting the celebration, obviously. Jay then says Sami is getting too comfortable. He ain't blood yet. There's the tease still. It's
coming.
With Bloodline kicking out Sami Zayn. Jimmy then calms Jay down and says that they should all go out together and put the spotlight on the Big Goose, and everyone agrees. We then get the in-ring segment, the main event segment of the show, the celebration of Roman Reigns as Universal Champion for 2 years. Roman Reigns is undisputed Universal Champ. The ring is decked out with images of Reigns' victories over the last 2 years. Jay and Sami then step on each other, trying to list Reigns' accomplishments. Jay then tells Sami to calm down and let Jimmy go. And then as they announce Reigns, nothing happens. The Tron then turns on, and Reigns is just arriving at the arena. Reigns steps out of his truck, and he's immediately kicked in the face. And then the camera pans right to Drew McIntyre, and he's standing there. This was a cool visual.
I thought it was great.
Cool visual. Almost reminds me of how, remember when Chris Jericho returned in November 2007 on the Raw after that
the guy over?
Series? The guy was running with the torch, and he's
he knocks him over
out of nowhere, and it was Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
I would just clothesline him right into next week.
Yeah, he's just holding, and he's doing his Chris Jericho.
The way how Jim Ross and Jay Lawler sold that was gold. Gold. One of the greatest returns of all time, Jericho's 07 return. So
I remember that too. And they had the guy running around. Of
all time.
They had the guy running around to every state.
And that was 2 months after just starting to get into wrestling that year.
Oh, really?
As well, yeah. 2 months after starting to actually watch pro wrestling.
I watched it before that, but great.
More than great. Great's an understatement. How incredible that was.
Also the Roman pulling up, you're like, yo, there's only 8 minutes left in the show. He's just pulling up. Yeah. And then Drew kicks his face.
Yeah. We then get Drew power walking down to the ring. Sami then meets Drew in the aisle, but he eats a Glasgow kiss from Drew. Drew then takes out both Jimmy and Jey Uso. McIntyre lands a high dive on both Usos and Sami. Sami Zayn then picks up a chair, but McIntyre claymores it right in his face. Then McIntyre suplexes Jimmy through the announce table. McIntyre then mocks Reigns as he spears Jey Uso through the barricade, taking Jey Uso out. McIntyre then grabs the mic and he says he's never going to stop. He says he's going to end Roman Reigns at Clash of the Castle. And then SmackDown goes off the air. Damn good ending segment. Good go-home show with SmackDown tonight. You watch the ending. How the hell can you picture Drew losing tomorrow? There's no way he loses. There's no way. The way he's been presented and booked as of late, how do you go into Clash tomorrow and have this guy lose to Roman Reigns? How?
You never know.
I can't, like, Drew being hyped up all these weeks and losing tomorrow, I just can't picture it. I don't know what they're going to do, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see what they do tomorrow. But I'm very excited for this.
I don't see Drew losing, but I also don't see him winning clean.
Do you think he beats Roman but not clean?
I think someone, maybe Cross, maybe Bray Wyatt, interrupts it.
Yeah. I did hear Karrion Kross not going to be there, unfortunately, in Cardiff tomorrow. I don't know why, but I did hear a rumor he's not going to be there in Cardiff tomorrow.
Or I see Drew.
And I don't think Usos are going to be there, too, because they have obviously the history of the DUIs. And I think because of that, they're not allowed overseas. That's why I think
that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that's also why they were not allowed in Canada on Raw and SmackDown not long ago either.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're at the border. They won't let them in.
Yeah, because it was Jimmy who had that DUI arrest in July of last year, right before Money in the Bank a year ago.
I forgot.
He got pulled over and he got the DUI.
I didn't even think of that.
So I don't think so. If that's the case with their DUI stuff being because of that, I don't think they're allowed in Cardiff whatsoever.
No.
So they won't be there if that's the case. So they won't be there.
Then, yeah, Drew could win clean.
So Roman could be Roman pretty much all by himself.
But do you make Roman lose clean the time he's not with the Usos? Kind of makes the title reign look a little sus.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see, but we're going to talk about that in a little while. I mean, I just Triple H to book this right, though. If this was Vince, I wouldn't trust this process at all because Vince is out of touch. But since it's Triple H now in control, whatever path he decides, I'm going to trust him all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever path Triple H decides, we're in for a hell of a ride.
Mm-hmm.
With Triple H, because I absolutely trust him to do the right fucking thing. But SmackDown tonight, good go-home show. Excitement levels for Clash of the Castle tomorrow are very high. I expect the show to deliver tomorrow. We got 6 matches on the card and good go-home show with SmackDown tonight. Excited for Clash tomorrow. We might as well jump right into the Clash of the Castle preview. But before we start, I want you to like on the video. I want you to subscribe to Fiorious Nation if you haven't done so already. I'd like you to turn on the bell for all notifications as well. Be greatly appreciated. I am at 114 subscribers on YouTube. I'd love to hit 130 by the end of this year. So, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications if you haven't done so already. It would be greatly appreciated of you guys. And the Twitter and the description. Yeah, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and follow me on Facebook. The links are in the description of the video and such. And and also, well, I was gonna say it, but no. Anyways, but also speaking of Clash of the Castle, I'll be reviewing Clash of the Castle this Sunday, like early afternoon, or not early afternoon, most likely in the morning, actually. Yeah, morning.
Oh, you're on it like that.
It's Sunday morning. Look out from my channel. Clash of the Castle 2022 review this Sunday morning. Christina Rivera, very good friend of mine on Twitter, who knows her wrestling, very passionate wrestling fan, very good friend of mine. She'll be with me on this channel this Sunday morning reviewing Clash of the Castle 2022. So look out for that. And that is all I got to say. A little quick announcements. So just let you guys know on all that. Tomorrow night, I might be on my channel tomorrow night doing a preview for NXT Worlds Collide this Sunday before All Out. All Out preview, maybe. I mean, I'll see what I can do tomorrow night. So I might be on my channel tomorrow night. So look out for that. So I may be on my channel tomorrow night. So we'll see. But definitely this Sunday morning, Christina Rivera and I reviewing Clash of the Castle this Sunday morning. So look out for that. That's going to be a good one. So let's let you guys know on that. Clash to the Castle preview. So Clash
It's
to the
only 6
Castle
matches?
2022. Go ahead.
It's only 6 matches, right?
Yeah, 6 matches. So we get Clash of the Castle 2022 taking place in Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales tomorrow, 1 p.m. Northeast
Eastern.
airing time on Peacock on the WWE Network. We got 6 matches. We got 3 from Raw and 3 from SmackDown, and we got 3 championship matches, and they're all from SmackDown. Roman and Reigns and Drew McIntyre are from SmackDown.
And once an Intercontinental one.
From SmackDown, and we got Gunther and Sheamus from SmackDown.
Intercontinental getting defended on a pay-per-view.
The Intercontinental title's not been defended, and we might as well get started on previewing Clash of the Castle for tomorrow. We'll talk about the IC title match between Gunther and Sheamus tomorrow at Clash of the Castle. When was the last time the Intercontinental title was defended on pay-per-view in WWE on the main roster? Night 2 of WrestleMania 37 in April of 2021, last year. It has been a year and a half since the Intercontinental Championship was defended on the WWE main roster.
That's so crazy.
That's what Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard thought of the Intercontinental title. Worthless.
How? They made it.
They didn't have it defend on pay-per-view ever since then, and now Triple H taking over. He's made the IC title feel important again. I mean, look at Shinsuke Nakamura and Gunther on SmackDown a few weeks ago for the Intercontinental title in the main event. Fucking awesome.
Like, it was great. I mean, I thought that was great. I mean, I think Gunther brings a real establishment to the Intercontinental title. I think
he adds legitimacy to it.
Some real German tough dude that everyone wants to hate, but you love the run.
Austria too, actually. He sneaks from Austria.
Yeah, but they're selling him from Germany, whatever.
But he's just so believable.
Yeah, the ring general.
Yeah,
I think it's great. The red coat.
Just the presentation. He looks intimidating.
I mean,
with his size and shape wise, he does look good. He does look good too. He's in the best shape of his life too.
Yeah, he was fat.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'd say fat, but if Vince was still there, he would have him not push because Vince would think he was fat. Look what they did with Keith Lee on the main roster.
Haters.
The Vince was deeming him fat, and they wouldn't push him well at all. But Gunther, man, I mean, I wouldn't call him fat, but if Gunther didn't change his body, Vince would have absolutely had him be a jobber, call him fat and have him not be pushed at all.
Or you would have
Gunther got ripped and did what he was asked to do, then argue and moved to the U.S., got married to Jenny, still with WWE, but was in NXT, but from NXT UK before they closed down. Now they're going to be NXT Europe early next year, led by Shawn Michaels. Excited for that. But Gunther now married to Jenny, and Gunther now moved to the United States, got in the best shape of his life. Because Gunther knew if he didn't get shredded at all, Vince would not have pushed him at all before he retired.
I can't believe how he's pushing him before he, got all caught up.
And there were reports that Vince wanted to bury Gunther after that Raw 4th of July, this year.
It's crazy.
Gunther dodged a huge bullet, Matt. A huge fucking bullet.
I'm so glad we don't have to
why I'm so happy Vince is not there and that Triple H is there. Thank God Vince McMahon is gone. Could you imagine if Vince was still there? Where Gunther would be right now?
He wouldn't be anywhere.
He'd probably be released by now as well.
He'd be on AEW.
Yeah, you'd most likely see him at All Out this Sunday in a casino ladder match. But that's not obviously that's not happening at all whatsoever.
I think him and Sheamus is the perfect match for the UK.
Yeah. But
it's going to be gutsy.
We get Gunther and Sheamus. Gunther, and this is even before Vince retired, everyone was feared for Gunther in the main roster. They booked him like a monster. They booked him perfectly, even
He
before
did.
Vince McMahon retired.
I think they did great. Just a
Yeah.
savage.
And Gunther, and this is just the beginning with Gunther, and he's going to hold the Intercontinental title for a very long time. Mark my words, Matt.
I think he's going to have it for a really long time. And why wouldn't he? He's great.
Who they have him drop it to, that shouldn't be in the least of people's concerns right now.
Not Sheamus.
Yes, I'm, as much as I love Sheamus, and he's won the WWE Championship, obviously, from John Cena, in a tables match at TLC 2009, obviously. He's won the World Heavyweight title from Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds at WrestleMania 28. He won the U.S. title. He's won the tag team titles multiple times, which Cesaro with the Bar. The SmackDown tag titles held him with Cesaro. Same thing with the Raw
This
tag
is his
team
Grand
titles.
Slam title.
The only title, and obviously he never won the Universal title yet, but the only title Sheamus has not held yet outside of the Universal title is the Intercontinental title. The only title left for Sheamus to be officially called a Grand Slam champion, the Intercontinental Championship. Sheamus has never won the IC title. He is yet to win that championship. He is one title away from being a Grand Slam champion, but I don't think he's going to beat Gunther. This is going to be a banger. No pun intended with Sheamus last week.
After banger after banger.
Yeah, last week on SmackDown.
After banger.
Yeah.
After banger.
And I expect this to be a banger here with Sheamus and Gunther. I'm telling you, do not sleep on this match. This is probably going to be this will probably steal the show tomorrow, hands down. Sheamus is awesome. I love Sheamus.
I think it might be the first or second best match of the night.
And then Gunther is like one of the most legit guys on that entire roster. Sheamus has that veteran presence. He's been in WWE since like what, 2009? When he was in ECW.
I was a child.
Yeah. I mean, it's like he obviously in FCW, Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, then he was in ECW, went to Raw in late 2009, won the WWE title at TLC 2009, and obviously the rest was history. Won the 2010 King of the Ring. He turned babyface in the summer of 2011 when he was feuding with Mark Henry when he had the Hall of Pain stuff going on SmackDown in 2011. He turned back heel in 2015 after WrestleMania that year, attacking Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler.
I forgot about all this.
When Bryan was IC champion coming right out of WrestleMania 31 that year. When Sheamus had the mohawk hair, though. Not the hair you see him now, not the 2009 hair look of Sheamus. I actually like him, that look, instead of the mohawk look that he had in 2015. I like this current version of Sheamus much better.
I think I like the Sheamus. I love the Fight Night gimmick. I love the whole brawl.
The Fight Night Club.
I like the Brawling Brute.
They call them the Brawling Brutes. I like the Fight Night Club better. With Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Pete Dunne.
But I think that the whole like presentation of him is awesome.
Jesus. Just need better booking, but trust Triple H to do the right thing. But Sheamus and Gunther are going to steal the show tomorrow, in my opinion. Sheamus is not the guy to beat Gunther. As much as I love Sheamus, I doubt he's beating Gunther. And he shouldn't.
It'd be terrible if he is. Then
I'll be like, yo, Gunther is so good, there's no reason to take the title off him. When you have I've said this with when Roman Reigns was Universal Champion last year. Until you have someone at Gunther's level or close to or higher than Gunther's level, then that's when you can take the IC title off of Gunther. Sheamus is Sheamus close to Gunther's level right now? Unfortunately, no. No, he's not.
I think Gunther.
It doesn't make sense to take the title off Gunther tomorrow.
I think Gunther is roller coaster still climbing.
Yeah. Who takes like I said moments ago, whoever takes the title off Gunther right now should be the least of people's concerns at this time.
Exactly.
Have him hold the title until at least WrestleMania. Then you can take the title off him. Or maybe holds it for a full year. Who knows?
I was about to say, I think he might give him the year run.
Gunther.
I think you might give him the year run.
Maybe. I mean that could very well happen. We don't know, but this is such a good thing here, Matt. It's like we don't know. It's like I trust Triple H to do the right thing. We could very well see a year-long title run with Gunther. We'll see, but like I said, Gunther's going to be Intercontinental Champion for a very, very long time. He's not losing that Intercontinental title anytime soon.
No, he's winning
Anytime
tomorrow.
soon.
He's definitely gonna win tomorrow.
Gunther and Sheamus should be very good. Should steal the show tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow at Clash hands down. But I'm predicting Gunther to beat Sheamus. I think we're both on the board, right? Gunther going over Sheamus. Sheamus will look good in defeat, though.
I think it's gonna be a good match. I think Sheamus will they're both gonna be exhausted, and Gunther's gonna pull it out.
Do you think it's gonna be a physical, hard-hitting match, or do you think we get Sheamus squashed? Because Gunther mentioned that Sheamus in a segment last week. Gunther said he was going to break Sheamus' spirit and break Sheamus. Could we see Sheamus get squashed or get at least manhandled? Or do we see an evenly physical, hard-hitting match?
I think they want to show that...
No, it's not going to be a match. It's going to be a war.
I think they want to show that Gunther can be battle-tested, and I think they're going to have it be a hard-hitting match.
And Sheamus and Gunther is going to be legit a battle between the bro kick versus the Gunther chop, or the 10 beats of the Belgium that Sheamus does versus the Gunther chop, and shaving someone's, with Gunther's chop and caving your chest in. I think both men's chests are going to look beat right after their match tomorrow. I guarantee it. Somebody's going to have their chest beat right like hamburger meat tomorrow. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
I would love to see how Sheamus' chest looks and Gunther's chest look, but the battle of their chops. It's going to be physical tomorrow, but do we see Sheamus' Written in My Face theme song return tomorrow?
I think they're going to keep the same theme.
The Hellfire theme by CFOs, because I do miss Written in My Face by Sheamus, his old theme song.
I think they're going to keep the old
Jim
one.
Johnson, that was such a good theme
for
song.
The UK. They might for the UK. I don't know.
I mean, it'd be a great treat for the Cardiff crowd.
I don't know. I just don't know on that.
Yeah, same here, but we'll see. But I'm picking Gunther all the way.
Yeah, I got Gunther.
We then get the next match. Speaking of SmackDown, we get the SmackDown women with Gunther and Sheamus from SmackDown. Speaking of SmackDown, we then get the SmackDown women's title match between Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler. I'm picking Shayna Baszler to win this.
You think? Like I don't know.
But I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I like Liv Morgan, but her reign has not been good.
It's been a month.
The way they've booked her, like, remember how she fought Ronda at SummerSlam and Liv Morgan said she wasn't gonna give up, and yet she tapped out to Ronda at SummerSlam when she was pinning Ronda. So that makes Liv Morgan a bullshit artist and a liar. And Liv Morgan was booed weeks ago out of the building.
Don't hate on my girl, Nick.
Look, I'm not hating on her.
I think you're hating. I think you're hating. I think Becky was right. They want you to win, and then they boo you once you win.
Oh, come on, man.
Crazy. It's crazy how you flip.
And I thought this guy knew better here.
Yeah, like, I don't know. You think they have Shayna take her off?
Oh, Matt, this guy, get him out. Get him out.
You think they give us the match of, I don't know. I think they have Liv win.
You think so?
I think they're going to have Liv look like an underdog and have her win.
I hope not. I'm hoping Shayna actually wins the title here, and she should. I think it's the first time Shayna Baszler's ever gotten a first-time opportunity to smack the women's title. When was the last time she even got a shot on SmackDown over the championship? When Vince was there.
I don't think she has one. I think it's her first title match. One-on-one.
Vince buried her right in the fucking ground, too. And Shayna's the Triple H.
Quick.
Yeah, like remember WrestleMania 36 when she should have beat Becky Lynch over the Raw Women's Championship, and Becky wanted to put her over, and Vince shot it down. That was when Becky was, before she announced she was pregnant 2 years ago.
They should have done, Becky Lynch should have done what Daniel Bryan did with Kofi and said, you know what, either you're going to put him over or I'm going to put him over anyways.
Yeah, I'm sure Becky wanted to do that, but Vince told her no. Vince forced her to go over Shayna.
I mean, Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think Liv's gonna win, but I would like to see Shayna first Ronda.
I think she deserves it. I do. She's been buried for how long now? And it's like, when is she gonna get her chance? And now that Triple H is in charge, now it's like ever since Triple H took over, Shayna's gotten a new lease on life. She won that gauntlet match weeks ago on SmackDown.
Do you think though that maybe they
Shayna's
have
looked like NXT Baszler too, stomping on the arm and elbow.
how it
It
should
looked
be?
like Shayna
She's a
Baszler in
killer.
NXT of old.
She's a real life killer though. She should be
Like,
like
remember what
this.
she did to Dakota Kai in NXT in 2018 when Shayna was NXT Women's Champion? She stomped right on Dakota Kai's arm.
Shayna Baszler's a real life killer.
Yeah, outside of Ronda. And Shayna was in the UFC like Ronda was, though. Shayna also did indie wrestling, too.
So I mean, I wouldn't be mad at Shayna winning, but I don't think she's gonna.
She's one of the most legit people. I mean, listen, I'm not hating on Liv Morgan, and it's not her fault. The way she's been booked, I'd have her lose the title and have her either chase or just turn Liv Morgan heel, because like it's like Vince and Bruce ruined her. They
Hey,
had her lose so many times going into day one this past January in the match with Becky Lynch. Then after that, they had Liv Morgan lose and lose and lose and lose.
if
This
you
is
have her
before
turn
Vince
heel,
retired.
what would be her character though?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, she was booed weeks ago.
Yeah, she was.
That's why I'm saying
I
turn her
agree.
heel.
You could turn her heel.
I mean, I don't know what you could do with her, but I'm sure Triple H could do something with her.
I like.
It just makes me think maybe they turn Liv Morgan back heel. I think Sarah Logan's still a free agent. Bring her back as a heel. I know with Ruby Soho's currently in AEW. I don't know how long her contract is. She hasn't doing much of anything in AEW. Why not bring Ruby Riott back and reunite the Riott Squad, all three members on SmackDown as heels? Because Liv Morgan booed a few weeks ago. I mean, there's anyone that needs a heel turn, in my honest opinion, it's Liv Morgan.
But then you have Shayna, Ronda, and Liv all heels.
True. Yeah, unless they want to push Raquel into singles, yeah, that's another thing to think about. Unless they do a draft.
They should do a draft.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but that's just a thought.
Honestly, if they did a draft, you could just have Liv Morgan join the Judgment Day at that point.
With Rhea Ripley, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they do a draft this year in the fall. I'm also hearing a rumor they may not do a draft this year at all. Just do a draft right after WrestleMania next year, which I think is the better idea. It was always that way.
You like that way
Remember
better?
back in the day, years ago, like what, 2009, 2010, 2011, they'd always have the WWE draft in April, right after WrestleMania that year.
Like it was always like a new season.
It was like the true reset.
Yeah. Remember the first draft with Ric Flair?
Yes, like 2002, right?
Yeah, and he was like a fake owner.
He was like the owner of Raw. Ric Flair was owning Raw, and Vince McMahon was owning SmackDown. They had their draft picks. They announced their draft picks.
And they split up the Dudley brothers and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they had Devon Dudley as Reverend Devon paired with Batista when he was Deacon Batista.
Yeah. Yeah.
On SmackDown in the spring of 2002.
Rough times.
You had Vince McMahon first selecting The Rock. You had Ric Flair selecting like Undertaker and Kane and NWO. When Vince was choosing guys like Kurt Angle, Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair was choosing like RVD, Brock Lesnar, Booker T, Lita, William Regal.
You could do that again.
Vince was like choosing guys like Rikishi as well.
I mean, Liv against
the only thing about that, there's no GM for Raw, no GM for SmackDown.
Adam Pearce.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe a GM would be good for Raw and another one and then a different one for SmackDown. But I just hope. But it's like I know some people's complaints. The authoritative figure is always taking over the show. I can understand people's complaints on that. I do. But
I just feel like.
Because look at like with Raw in late 2016, the authoritative figures on that show with Raw late 2016, not anyone's fault but Vince's.
I mean, I feel like you know how Adam Pearce like he is, but he isn't. Like, I feel like that could work.
Yeah, but you have to have him be the GM of one show, and then who do you have as the other GM for the other show?
You just bring Eric Bischoff back.
Eric Bischoff. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, gosh. I mean, maybe
feel
him or
WWE
maybe
move.
someone else, but
You can bring. I don't know, but
or maybe
anyways,
William Regal when his AEW contract runs out.
yo poacher.
I'm sure he'd love to go
relax.
back.
Yo poacher, you're a big poacher.
Oh, come on. This guy here.
This is a big poacher.
Yeah.
Doesn't let anyone have it.
So we get Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan. I hope Liv Morgan doesn't go over. I'm hoping for Shayna winning. But do you think we see Charlotte Flair come back tomorrow? That's one thing I hope does not happen.
I hope she never comes back.
Does SmackDown really does that SmackDown Women's Division really even need Charlotte Flair at all?
She could go to AEW.
And some people like, oh, Charlotte Flair out of WWE makes WWE worse. Actually, Charlotte out of WWE makes WWE that much better. Charlotte is a politic player, big time. She's not in the division. She's in it for herself and herself only.
In what world does
I don't even miss Charlotte at all.
I don't think anyone misses her. She's terrible.
And she lost, and I said I quit to Ronda this past night at WrestleMania Backlash. There's no reason for her to get another title match. It's over for Charlotte.
Why do I have to watch Charlotte Flair chase the bell and get the bell again? Why do I have to do all that?
Ever since she's been on the main roster, ever since day one she's been on the main roster, she's always been in title match. I've lost count how many title matches she's been in since she even debuted on the main roster in 2015 in July.
I just don't.
They gave her the belt way too early in late 2015. Way too early.
I just don't
care. There was no
for
build, no chase, no nothing. They just gave her the belt.
I just would be pissed if they give her the belt.
God, I hope fucking not. That will really piss me the fuck off. You thought that that rant from WrestleMania, how we reviewed WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 this past April from Dallas, and the part where I ranted about Charlotte and Ronda this past April at Mania Night 1, you thought that rant was big.
Yeah.
Wait, like, if this Charlotte comes back, wins the title on SmackDown again, that I'm going off on an even bigger rant on that. Mark my fucking words. I hope not. I fucking hope that doesn't happen. That is a terrible idea.
I will cry.
I honestly, Matt, I would not blame you. Charlotte's a 14-time women's champion. 14 times. You know they wanted to break her father's record, but Charlotte, another title reign again. Please spare me. Spare me. I do not want to see it. Charlotte should not even be on television, period, right now. I don't even miss her. I don't miss Charlotte at all.
Hey, give her some more time off.
Yeah. She's enjoying her time with Andrade, I'm sure, right now still, right?
It's fine.
Have her continue to do that.
Yeah.
Like Charlotte Flair, it's like, stay off TV. Nobody wants to see you. Hog the spotlight and bury talent and only be in it for yourself. Because that's all Charlotte Flair is. She's only about herself. She doesn't want better for the women's division. She just wants a better Charlotte Flair.
She fought about putting Becky over in that triple threat match.
Yeah. Speaking of Charlotte, I read a report not too long ago. Remember how Charlotte dropped the Raw Women's title on a SmackDown segment last October when Charlotte and Becky exchanged women's titles last October?
She said it was on accident.
Sure, Miss Charlotte. Sure, you accidentally dropped the title. That was intentional.
It was on Stone Cold.
Artist and liar. A big fucking liar is Charlotte. Don't believe a word she says on that. She did that. She intentionally did that. She didn't drop that accidentally.
So Liv's gonna win tomorrow. I'm tired of talking about Charlotte.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on from Charlotte. I hope we never see her.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Keep her off SmackDown for good. We don't need her. That SmackDown Women's Division is doing just fine without Charlotte.
Especially when Liv Morgan wins tomorrow.
Well, I'm picking... Though you're picking Liv Morgan, but I'm going to pick Shayna Baszler to win. But we'll see. Cameron Johnson in the chat. What's good, Nick? What's up, Cameron? So you got Liv Morgan. I got Shayna Baszler with this. We then go to Edge and Rey Mysterio with Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic flips.
Well, I know Adam Carl's going to say Dominic is not Rey Mysterio's son, but we got Edge and Rey Mysterio with Dominic versus the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley. What do you think of this Judgment Day stuff? And at first I was like, yeah, the Judgment Day's dead act, just get rid of it. But recently, these past few weeks,
Triple H brought him back. Triple H brought him back. Made it good again.
Making it work. I believe that.
I think he's doing great.
I think it's like with the Judgment Day, they still, as together, they still have the other side theme by Metalingus, which I like.
Yeah. I was about to say, I thought they got rid of that song when Damian Priest came out, but then they all came out to it, and I was like, whoop.
Then they had an individual Judgment Day theme for Finn Balor, which was nice. Then another one, I think, for Rhea Ripley, and then another one for Damian Priest when he wrestled Edge in Toronto on Raw a few weeks ago.
Yeah, they have 3, and then when they all come out, they have 1.
Yeah, which I really appreciate. Like we said earlier in the video, it's the little things that come a big way. It's the minor things Triple H is doing, which is coming a long way.
That's what, yeah.
And they always say it's the little things that matter the most, that come a very long way. Some people may think that the little things don't really matter. They really do at the end of the day.
It's little details, little details.
Yeah.
Little details.
But Edge and Rey Mysterio, man, former WWE Tag Team Champions from 2002, 20 years ago. Crazy. How 20 years later, how Edge is still doing this and Rey Mysterio is still doing this.
Look how far we've come.
Yeah.
And Dom's Eddie's kid is an adult now.
Yeah. Yes, Adam Carl. Even Matt acknowledges Dominic is Eddie Guerrero's son. Yes.
That's not true. It's not true. Ray's his dad.
Dominic Mysterio, who? No. Dominic is not Rey Mysterio's son. He is the son of the late, great Eddie Guerrero. I mean, Eddie even mentioned it in their feud in 05 over the custody of Dominic.
It was not real.
I don't know.
Ray won the briefcase.
Well, true, but I don't know, man. Fishy. Some people claim it's actually Eddie's son, but it's very fishy.
Ray won the briefcase.
I mean, Dominic looks almost like, with his long hair, almost looks like Eddie Guerrero with his hairstyle now too, and his mullet.
It's just because you don't see Ray without a mask.
But anyways, it's fishy with some people. But anyways, this tag team match: Edge, Rey Mysterio, former tag team champions, versus the Judgment Day of Finn Balor and Damian Priest. I think the Judgment Day goes over.
I think Judgment Day wins. I think Dominic hits like Edge with a chair.
You think he's going to turn heel?
Mm-hmm.
They've been teasing it a lot lately. I mean, this past Monday on Raw, they had Rhea Ripley with the kendo stick or Dominic Mysterio actually had he had the kendo stick. And
he went hit him.
Rhea was like, hit me with the kendo stick, and then like he had the kendo stick and just handed Rhea the kendo stick.
Yeah, like what?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm saying like why would if you weren't going to turn heel, why would you do that?
This is why I'm saying they're teasing a Dominic heel turn, and I think he's going to turn on Rey. He's going to turn on Edge. He's going to join the Judgment Day. And I think you mentioned earlier, if not that, then send Dominic back down to NXT.
If he's not turning heel, what's the point of him? I like the whole him being Rey's son is worn off.
Yeah, and Rey with this match with Judgment Day tomorrow in Cardiff, Rey didn't choose Dominic. He actually chose Edge. So that's a factor. And Dominic's at ringside. He's not wrestling at all tomorrow. That's a big factor. Big
That's what I'm saying.
factor.
And it's Damian and Finn, right? Against Edge
Yes.
and Rey.
Yeah, Damian Priest and Finn Balor versus Edge and Rey Mysterio. I expect Dominic to turn heel and turn on Rey, turn on Edge, join the Judgment Day. At first, I was like, yeah, I don't like that. It's like, I don't think I really care for that at first. But the way Judgment Day's been portrayed these last few weeks, I was like, yeah, Judgment Day, dead act, get rid of it. But you know what? These past few weeks, I've been changing my mind.
You
And maybe a Dominic heel turn's the best thing for him because right now he's not good. Dominic Mysterio's not good.
No.
I remember him wrestling Seth Rollins at SummerSlam 2020. Really good banger match. How do you go from a good match like that to digressing in the ring? No way Rey Mysterio trained this guy. No way.
I just think he has like no.
How do you go from a good match with Seth at SummerSlam 2020 to getting worse in the ring? How?
I just don't think he has any like story behind him.
He has no personality either. There's no charisma. Dominic has no charisma.
He's Rey's kid.
Yeah, he's not that good in the ring.
What,
needs to get better in the ring. He can't talk.
Maybe Rey's kid.
Yeah. To be a champ in WWE, you need to be able to talk and cut a promo. Dominic can't talk. A heel turn and pairing with the Judgment Day may work for him.
I think he should turn.
He's got nothing going on for him. Like you said, if they don't turn him heel and put him with Judgment Day, what's even the point of all of this?
There is none.
I'd hope that's what they do, turn Dominic heel, and I think that's what's going to happen. And Dominic and Rhea Ripley, the way they've been interacting as of late, reminds me a lot of Chyna and Eddie Guerrero back on Raw back in the year 2000 during the Attitude Era, if you remember that.
Yeah, Dominic's dead.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe shades of that. Maybe that's where they're going with this. I wouldn't mind it.
I think Judgment Day should go over. I think they should be a legitimized group, and Dominic becomes a heel.
Yeah.
Putting Rey
in have Damian Priest and Dominic go after the tag titles, Rhea Ripley with the Raw Women's title, and Finn Balor with the WWE title.
It's good. I like that.
Maybe. Judgment Day, I mean, like I said, at first I was like, yeah, scrap the group because Vince killed it when they kicked Edge out of his own group, and that was a Bruce and Vince thing before Vince retired. But now that Triple H took over and these past few weeks, Judgment Day growing on me, I'd keep him.
Well, people like you forgot that Finn was the leader of the Bullet Club. Finn can lead a heel group.
Yeah, I mean, under Vince, I would not trust it, but under Triple H, I trust it, absolutely.
Well, yeah, that seems like the story of
look at Finn Balor's group, even before he went to WWE, when he was in New Japan with the Bullet Club.
That's what I was just saying.
When he was Fergal Devitt, before he was Finn Balor.
And people like you wanted to scrap him. Be like, oh, he couldn't be a heel.
That was before Vince retired.
It's fair. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I like the Finn pairing with a group idea and him leading a group. I think he works good as a heel leading a faction. But Vince, like with the Judgment Day, didn't know what to do with them and kicked Edge out of his own fucking group. When Edge even said, no, this is not a good idea. And Vince and Bruce did it anyway. That's the worst part of it. Vince and Bruce took him out of the group anyway. His own group.
They don't give a fuck.
Nope. Thank God Vince McMahon is gone. But I'm going Judgment Day. I think you got Judgment Day, right?
Yeah, I don't see how
Dominic turning heel. We then move on to the 6-woman tag team match. Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair teaming up with Alexa Bliss and Asuka to take on Damage Control of Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai, now Io Sky. Can I say I'm liking Damage Control and what they're doing?
I think Damage Control has to win.
Yes. Especially after what happened Monday in Raw with Aaliyah and Raquel Gonzalez, now Raquel Rodriguez, winning the vacant women's tag team titles, being Dakota Kai and Io this past Monday, and Io was the legal woman, and Dakota was the illegal one, and the match was pinned, and Io was the legal one in the match with Aaliyah, and Io was never pinned.
How do you feel about them saying that some people think that before the match, Damage Control is going to jump Asuka and Alyssa Bliss, and then Sasha Banks comes out?
Well, I thought Sasha and Naomi would appear on Raw this past Monday. That didn't happen. We could see him tomorrow. Maybe Triple H is saving Sasha Banks and Naomi for tomorrow. Now, Sasha Banks and Naomi, I think, are going back. No questions asked. They're not going to AEW, especially Sasha Banks. Sasha and Naomi are not going to AEW. They're going back to WWE now that Triple H is in charge, now that Vince is gone, now that John Laurinaitis is gone. Bruce is next to be fired.
Think they fired Bruce?
Not yet. It's only a matter of time before he gets fired. It's coming. Bruce Pritchard getting fired. It's coming. Stephanie McMahon fired him before. She'll do it again.
Yeah.
Knowing that Bruce is ruining Triple H's show NXT, Bruce is as good as gone. He's not safe.
I think Damage Control needs to pick up this win for the momentum's sake.
Yes. Now, Bianca Belair is the Raw Women's Champion in this match. Damage Control, I think, is winning, but Bianca's not eating the pin because she's your champion. Champion should never be pinned clean or submitted clean in a match, non-title match, period. Unless it makes sense.
How do you feel about Bianca?
But regardless, champion should never lose clean or be pinned clean or submitted clean.
Or you do to make it interesting.
I mean, unless it makes sense, champion should never be pinned or submitted clean.
I think maybe when they do those tag team matches before, pay-per-views, and they're let's say they do AEW Thunder Rosa with someone, Tony Storm against Britt Baker and someone, and Britt Baker lost to Thunder Rosa by pin in a tag match. And you're oh, maybe they can lose on the next day. But
it's unless it makes sense, champion should never be beaten clean in a non-title affair, ever. So Bianca's not eating. So Damage Control, I think, is winning the 6-woman tag. Should be very good, too. I think this could also steal the show. Io Sky, one of the best in the world.
Bailey says she's the next one.
And Bailey is great. Love Bailey. She's awesome. Dakota Kai, very good in her own right. She's very good as Dakota Kai. Bianca Belair, Raw Women's Champion. She's not going to eat the pin. This should be a fun 6-woman tag as well, non-title. Bianca Belair, Raw Women's Champion, not eating the pin. Asuka, I don't think is eating the pin. I think Alexa Bliss is going to eat the pin.
They're burying her.
And Alexa, I'll be honest, I liked her in the beginning in late 2016, but she has digressed over these years. Since for the last 5 years, so Alexa has so digressed in that ring. Ever since she won the SmackDown Women's title and the Raw Women's title, she has really digressed. I don't know what happened with her, but she is not good.
She's going to AEW.
Think so? When her contract runs out, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Alexa, she's not good. I expect her to eat the pin.
I mean, either she's going to eat the pin or Naomi.
Well, either way, I think Damage Control is winning this thing. Alexa's going to eat the pin. We could see Sasha and Naomi appear, or maybe they appear and join Damage Control. You know, Sasha and Bailey are very close friends in real life.
They're like this.
They're like this, Matt.
That's a good thought. That's a good thought. Do you know what?
That's something to think about. Do they come back as baby faces or do they come back as heels?
Maybe.
Do they be solo heel acts or do you think they actually turn heel and join Damage Control? You know, Bailey's been teasing more members for the Damage Control group.
Also, Bailey's whole thing is that you guys booed me when I was injured. So maybe it's against the, remember when WWE said that we were wasting everyone's time?
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, Sasha and Naomi turning heel, joining Damage Control, that may very well be. But I do expect Sasha Banks and Naomi back. very soon in WWE either way, whether it's at Clash tomorrow or next week, or somewhere soon. It'll be soon. They're not going to AEW at all.
No.
Their WWE return it's inevitable. It's only a matter of time. It's not a matter of if they're going to return. It's a matter of when. And Triple H, I'm sure Triple H wants to make it a surprise. So he doesn't want anyone to make it seem obvious or known. He wants it to just come off as unpredictable. Like, look at Johnny Gargano returning on Raw a few weeks ago in Toronto. No one expected it. And everyone thought he'd be on Raw in the Cleveland weeks. And everyone thought Gargano would be on the Raw in Cleveland in his hometown weeks ago. That didn't happen. It happened out of nowhere in Toronto a few weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. Unexpectedly, it just happened. There was no announcements, no spoilers, no teases, no hints. Johnny Gargano just showed up. Perhaps that's what they do the same thing with Naomi and Sasha Banks here.
I don't know. I want them back, though. I'm tired.
Sasha and Naomi, they'll be back. Believe me, they're going back. Now that Vince is gone, now that John Laurinaitis is gone, they'll be back. And Sasha and Naomi, especially Sasha, loves Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. They're coming back.
That's what I'm saying. I think she's
before Vince retired. I was like, yeah, Sasha's going to AEW. Not anymore.
Well, 3 months ago, I thought Sasha Banks was going to AEW and MJF was going to WWE, but now I got it the other way. So,
you think MJF is staying?
Yeah.
I mean, it could. So we'll see. But Sasha and Naomi back to WWE. That's going to happen. It's inevitable at this point. Mark my words. But I'm going Damage Control to win this, and they should win, especially after loss to Raquel and Aaliyah this past Monday on Raw.
I think
give Damage Control to win. Give them some momentum. And I'm glad Bayley and Bianca are not fighting for the Raw Women's title just yet. And Bianca doesn't even defend this. Doesn't even need to defend the Raw Women's title on this pay-per-view. She doesn't need to defend on the title on the pay-per-view every time on every pay-per-view.
No.
So I'm okay with the 6-woman tag.
I'm fine with this match. Give Damage Control the momentum, though.
Yeah. Bayley, Dakota, and Io win. It makes sense. So I'm picking Damage Control to go over. We then get Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins. This match was supposed to happen last month at SummerSlam. But Triple H, like the genius he is, moved the match to Clash of the Castle instead. We talked about this earlier, Matt. Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins was supposed to be at SummerSlam, and Triple H extended it to Clash at the Castle tomorrow instead. Vince put Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins at SummerSlam together right before Vince retired. And I felt like Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins, as good of a match that would have been at SummerSlam, I do think it was thrown on there just to be thrown on there. There was no heat, no build, no emotion, nothing.
I feel like it was still some card,
Yeah. And looking at their build as of late going into tomorrow, I'm actually very happy that they extended this to tomorrow and instead. Because look at, especially this past Monday on Raw with the sit-down interview with tomorrow.
Great work.
Yeah. I mean, it's like with the sit-down interview, which was one of the highlights on Raw this past Monday.
I honestly thought I was a little nervous that they were gonna just do the typical after I beat you, I'm gonna get a title shot gimmick, but no, they made it actually seem a little real. Considering Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins have had beef in the past. And then Seth Rollins, cuts that killer.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. And then they had Matt Riddle throwing the F-bombs. And mentioning Matt Riddle's family or not having a family. This is why I'm so glad they extended the match for tomorrow instead. The match at SummerSlam would have made no sense. So I'm glad Triple H was the smart one here and moved the match at tomorrow instead.
Who you think wins?
I don't think it'll be a one and done.
No.
For tomorrow. I'm picking Seth to go over here.
Me too. I think Seth wins.
Yeah, should be a very good match.
Triple H is racking up some Seth wins since he got no wins in the beginning of the year.
No, and Seth is still over and popular, and I don't think he's gotten a win at all this year.
He beat Ezekiel
in a long time. At pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view? No, he has no wins.
I'm picking Seth.
He's took some
I think they're going to have the not be a one and done. They're going to continue after Clash.
I think they're going to be an Extreme Rules match in a month.
Oh, yeah. For sure. And Extreme Rules coming up in Philly in October. I expect that that feud to continue into Extreme Rules and have be a stipulation match.
Maybe get some blood involved. Maybe.
We'll see. But it should be a very good match at Clash. Seth, no reason, he's no reason for him to lose. He should go over. And I think he will.
I think Seth should win.
And a loss to Rollins is not going to hurt Riddle at all.
No, it would mean nothing.
No.
Not nothing, but
they're just getting started.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a trilogy
with both Riddle and Rollins. So
I think they're just trying to get them both
very good match.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to get Seth and Riddle to look good, both of them. I think they're going to have 3 compelling matches.
Yeah. So I'm picking Seth. I think we both got Seth on the board. And then we get the main event, the only 6 matches on Clash the Castle, which I like. No, 8 matches for tomorrow. 6 matches tomorrow. Should get plenty of time tomorrow at Clash. We then get the main event of Clash of the Castle tomorrow, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. This is the talking point of this thing. Big build up to this. They've been building up Drew McIntyre as of late a lot. Drew McIntyre. This tells a story. WrestleMania 36, WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. That was supposed to take place in Tampa, Florida at Raymond James Stadium. That obviously got taken away from Drew, and that took Drew's moment away from him, and Drew's moment got taken away from him because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And Drew beat Lesnar for the title in front of no fans in an empty performance center in Orlando. The WrestleMania 36 Night 2 main event. In early April 2020. This tells a story here. This is in front of full capacity of nothing but live fans, and it's in front of Drew McIntyre's. Now, I know he's from Scotland, but Clash the Castle tomorrow in Cardiff. But still, Cardiff and Scotland, both still part of the UK region. So this is Drew McIntyre's home turf, his home island. Roman Reigns with the island of relevancy. Drew McIntyre, his island now. So Roman's now stepping onto Drew's island, Drew's home turf. And Drew's got the home field advantage here. Do you think, and Drew McIntyre's been teasing it a lot on Twitter as of late, do we see the return of Broken Dreams tomorrow? If that happens, Drew is absolutely winning. Building up Drew all this time, and even tonight, how do you see this guy lose? It's at this point, it's either now or never for Drew. I mean, the money match is Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns for the title next year at Mania. They don't do Rock and Roman next year at Mania, which I think they might. But if you have Drew lose, where does Drew McIntyre go from here? At this point, I think it's a now or never. You've built Drew up all this time. I don't know what you do with Drew if he loses here.
I mean, why can't? I mean, I think WWE, the writers, Triple H, even Vince at the time, even before he retired, believed that he owed Drew a true moment. And I think they're going to give it to him.
I mean, building him up all this time, you pretty much have to pull the trigger.
I mean, I think for him, for Drew personally, this is bigger than WrestleMania. This is his British Bulldog moment.
He was supposed to get it 2 years ago, but obviously with COVID-19 and a pandemic, that obviously was taken away from Drew.
I agree.
This may never happen again, and this could be Drew's redemption to finally get that big WWE title win moment in front of live fans.
And
he was supposed to get 2 years ago.
And when do you give it to him? I mean, what do you do with Drew if he doesn't win?
I don't know. You pretty much have to have him win. No way he's losing. I'm picking Drew to go over here. Roman Reigns has had a fantastic Universal title run outside of a second half. Well, the second half not so good, but Roman Reigns' Universal title run has been very good. He's held it for 2 years. He's held it a very long time, beat a lot of guys. Legitimate title run.
I think he's had his fun.
I'd be shocked if Roman retains. I think tomorrow's the day we see the Tribal Chief fall to Drew McIntyre.
Do you think Bray comes back?
Now that Bray Wyatt's been rumored to return to WWE for weeks now, we could do we see him tomorrow? Maybe, because remember when Roman Reigns won the Universal Championship in 2020 at Payback, beating Braun Strowman and the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Bray was the champion in that triple threat. Roman won the title, but Bray did not eat the pin in the match. Braun Strowman did. Roman pinned Strowman to win that title in that triple threat at Payback 2020. So that tells a story there.
Them going with Bray coming back to get back at Roman with no title, and
it just makes sense.
And Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre going at it.
And you think Drew and Kross feud on SmackDown coming out of Clash over one of the world titles? I could see that. I could see it.
And then you could sell the next.
I could see it.
You can sell the next pay-per-view where you have a card with Drew and Karrion Kross, Bray, and Roman, and those two matches right there are a crazy card.
Your top 2 SmackDown programs coming right out of Clash could very well be. And you know what? If that's what they're doing, I don't hate that at all.
No, I think that's a great card.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I do think I don't know how they're going to do it. They got to take one of the world titles off Roman, at least one of them. Could we see Austin Theory from Raw cash in Money in the Bank successfully tomorrow and take probably the WWE title back to Raw to feud with Johnny Gargano? Because Gargano's now in the feud on Raw with Austin Theory, who knows him well from the way with NXT in 2020 with Gargano, Theory, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell, obviously with the way. Do you think we see Austin Theory cash in it and take just one of the world titles, the WWE title, back to Monday Night Raw, putting a world title back on Raw?
I just don't know if they give it to Austin. Maybe they make him lose the Money in the Bank.
Or even if they give him that WWE title, maybe he's just a transitional champion for Seth Rollins at the end of the year. Maybe.
That's not a bad idea.
Win the title only to drop it to Seth.
Maybe
we get Seth and Cody for the WWE title next year at WrestleMania.
Maybe make him Kane it.
I don't know. But there's a lot of interesting scenarios, possibilities with Drew and Roman with tomorrow. I mean, I'd be very shocked if Roman goes over, but I'm picking Drew all the way. Who are you going with?
The fan of me wants Roman to win, but I think Drew wins.
Because I mean, Cody and Roman next year at Mania for the title's a money match, but if you don't pull a trigger on Drew now, what else do you do with the guy?
I think Cody Rhodes winning the championship is a moment that has been years in the making, and you could put anyone in that match.
Yeah,
and be a special moment. So even if he beats Drew, it's a great moment.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm picking Drew to win this. Do we see Broken Dreams tomorrow? Drew's been teasing it a lot on Twitter.
I think it's been teased too much for it not to happen.
Do you think we see Broken Dreams by Jim Johnson tomorrow? If that happens, Drew is winning tomorrow. Mark my words. No way that man loses.
What if they squash Drew?
They're not going to do that. Triple H would never squash Drew. I mean, Drew was also a Triple H guy coming out of NXT with the black and gold in 2017. Former NXT champion.
I am just saying, if you were to want to make this a generational run, it'd make Roman bigger heel. Squashing him would be pretty crazy.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but I do think we're going to get a very good match. And I don't think we're going to get Usos tomorrow at all. Roman's probably pretty much on his own.
They might give them 40 minutes tomorrow.
I think so. I mean, there's 6 matches tomorrow. I mean, all these matches I think they're going to give them plenty of time to let them wrestle.
Like, if there's more matches, I would think there'd be a squash, but there's not going to be no squash. They're going to give everyone a good amount of time.
Yeah. But I'm picking Drew. You going Drew or Roman?
Drew. Drew's going to win.
Drew's got to win. If he
Not
doesn't,
clean, though.
if he doesn't, who does Roman face? And Roman's a part-time guy now. It's time we get a world title back on Raw and a world title back on SmackDown.
I'm going with the rumors, man. I'm going Drew wins, but Bray screws Roman.
Yeah, I mean that could be another possibility. That could be another possibility. I do think Bray is coming back either way very soon, though, too. He'll be back. Just like Sasha Banks and Naomi, Bray Wyatt's going to be back. And I think Bray Wyatt back in WWE makes more sense because him telling the story, and he never even got to tell that story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's more of a story to tell with him in WWE than with Bray Wyatt in AEW.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just makes more sense for Bray to be in the E than in AEW. It just does.
Like, yeah, like Charlotte Flair should be in AEW. Get her out of here.
Yeah, get Charlotte Flair out of WWE. Mm-hmm. Don't even I get Charlotte off SmackDown. I don't even miss Charlotte at all. But anyways, I'm picking Drew to beat Roman. Roman's Universal title run 2 years. I mean, you'll never have another title reign like Roman Reigns with the Universal title ever again.
It's been fun.
That's a once in a lifetime thing. And if Roman loses tomorrow, what a reign it's been. Outside of his second half, what a reign for the Universal title for Roman Reigns it's been, man. And I'm picking Drew to win. And I think we're getting a new Universal champ tomorrow.
Me too.
I think
hell of a run.
Now Drew wins. Maybe Bray attacks Roman after. Whether he's the Fiend or Eater of Worlds or a brand new Bray Wyatt character, who knows? But anything can happen tomorrow, and I'm excited for the possibilities. Possibilities are endless with Drew and Roman tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. But I'm very excited and pumped either way. And that's that for the preview for Clash of the Castle 2022 for tomorrow in Cardiff. I'm pumped for this pay-per-view. Should be a very good show. Should absolutely deliver tomorrow. Matt, what are your final words with this video before we get the hell out of here?
Don't fuck this up, Triple H, please. Drew needs to win.
I mean, Triple H, I trust to do the right thing. I mean, it should be a good match, Drew and Roman either way. If anyone I trust, it's Triple H.
Of course, just don't fuck it up.
He'll do the right thing either way. Whatever path he wants to give us, we're in for a hell of a ride. Like I said moments ago with Triple H.
I got trust issues.
Well, I mean, it's better than Vince McMahon. Way better than Vince McMahon.
Just saying, Vince gave me trust issues.
Well,
it's been fun though.
I mean, I'm sure Triple H will do the right thing, but either way, so that is that. That's a wrap, folks, for the Clash of the Castle 2022 preview and predictions video right here on Fiorious Nation, right here on YouTube.com. Matt, where can we follow you on Twitter and such and other social media?
Matt Doherty, DOHERTY 75 on all those handles. That's it.
On Twitter, Instagram, all that such.
Yeah, I keep it the same. Makes it easy.
And make sure to follow me on Instagram at Nicholas Fiore 2014. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at FioreNick579. Facebook, Nicholas Peard Fiore 31. Links in the description. Nicholas Peard Fiore 31. Links in the description either way in the video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe if you haven't done so already. So hit the bell as well for all notifications. It'd be greatly appreciated. And that is that. And I'm Nick Fiore. This is Matt Doherty. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you soon right here on the channel. Possibly tomorrow night, previewing Worlds Collide and possibly All Out for tomorrow. Possibly. It's a 50-50. We'll see on that maybe tomorrow. And you'll definitely see me this Sunday morning with Christina Rivera right here on my channel reviewing Clash of the Castle 2022 for this Sunday morning. I'm Nick Fiore. This is Matt Doherty. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and have a good night. And I will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much. Love you all, and I'll talk to you guys later.